This episode is brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration, a proud supporter of the Inside Running podcast. It keeps us fueled on our long runs and races and has for a long time. Precision Fuel and Hydration is the answer. Their free online planner helps you nail your sodium and carb intake so you don't fade when it matters most. Are you training for your next big race and still guessing your nutrition? Well, Inside Running podcast listeners, 2026 is a year that we stop winging it. Visit precisionhydration.com, and while you're there, place your first order and get 15% off when you use the code INSIDE26.
Being a skin can bring you so much pain. Now I hear you say you got the best of both ways. Won't you come and take a walk in my shoes and tell me if you take my place?
Welcome to episode number 460 of the Inside Running podcast. A massive thank you for being with us for another week. It's a loaded episode. We got 2 Diamond Leagues to chat about. We got the Australian Cross Country Championships to talk about. Jimmy Whelan runs a quick half marathon over there in Ireland, I think it was. All the Jimmy Whelan supporters be up and about with that one. We picked a team for the World Road Running Championships. New York Marathon announced a world record in the half. Did I mention that? There's so much going on here. We've got the ASICS Novablast 6 review, some whispers, some Kukul Core Lords. We'll talk about Sydney Marathon, which is coming up this weekend as well. Welcome to my co-host. He's down in Anglesea, Julian Spence. Agenda is loaded, Moose. How you going?
Going pretty good, yeah. Nothing to complain about. Sydney Marathon week. So we're pumped for that, aren't we? All this stuff's in the past, mate. We want to look into the future, I reckon.
We do. We got to go back to go forward, though. That's a pretty good saying, that one. What about our other co-host here, Moose? He's tanned. His teeth have clearly been whitened. I reckon a bit of Botox around the crow's feet as well. Got a fake Louis Vuitton bag hanging over his shoulder. Not sure why you'd record a podcast with a bit of a bum bag around your shoulder. And he was just showing us off air that he's got these fake Nike Air Jordans that actually look pretty good. It's a very good buy for him to get him looking that good. Welcome back to the podcast, Bradley Croker.
Thanks, Brady. I didn't buy any fake stuff, but I did at the night markets find a Fox and Monster Energy hat. Both logos on the same hat.
Oh, you did not.
I did.
That's just a dream for you.
Didn't buy it, but I took a photo for the private collection. My first ever Monster Energy or Fox logo apparel that I've ever worn.
I thought he was going to say he bought it for us, Moose. I was getting excited. We were going to get a gift at Sydney this weekend.
Could have worn it around Sydney all weekend.
I would have loved that. Yeah.
And no, there's no teeth whitening, but I did go and get my feet looked after. Bit of a pedicure and a foot scrub. Got rid of about 1 kilo of dead skin off my feet, I reckon.
Oh, gross. People are like 2 minutes into their Wednesday or Tuesday morning jog. They don't want to hear that.
All for about 30 Aussie bucks. Isn't that stuff that Tommy DeCano does on a daily basis?
$30? That's in Thailand. You pay $30 for a foot scrub.
No, was it?
Mate, they saw you coming.
No, I got pedicure, foot scrub, and then a massage, all for like $30.
Right. Must have been the Zaka hookup, was it?
I tell you what, that guy's popular in Melbourne. I reckon he's more popular in Thailand. Every second person was bailing me up saying, do you know Zaka Newman? And then they're telling me all these stories. I'm like, man, this sounds like the Hangover movies.
Yeah, I'll work for him. Very good. Good to have you back, Croaks. You're looking fresh, ready to go. Was a good trip away. Enjoyed the time with your family. Disconnect from the world.
Yeah, nice resort. Didn't leave the resort too much because everything was there that we needed. There's like probably 8 different swimming pools, water slides.
All in the one, 8 pools in the one resort.
Yeah, like it's spread over probably. There's like three different wings, and I reckon it's spread over like 500 meters. Like walk along the main road from one wing to the other.
Wow.
And like
must be nice, hey?
Must be
few,
very nice.
few different restaurants. So yeah, didn't get out and about too much. Went to an elephant like sanctuary and fed the elephants and scrubbed the elephants and showered with the elephants. So
You showered with the elephants?
Kids love that. Yeah, we hosed them down and gave them a scrub.
And you
There
just
you go.
and they scrubbed you back?
No, they didn't scrub me back.
No. That's a
Cleaned
bit,
his feet.
you were just all one-sided, was it, the cleaning?
It was. They were very well looked after.
Oh, that's good. You get on the treadmill a couple of times over there?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was, and bike once as well. So, gym was good. Gym wasn't quite as hot as it was outside, but it was still, a bit warmer than I've been running in Canberra.
Yeah, okay. And you just got back, this morning? Yesterday?
Late Saturday arvo.
Oh, okay. Been back for a few days. It's good to have you back. Did you listen to last week's show? Enjoy Izzy?
I did. I listened to all the content. That was, all the treadmill runs that I was doing. I was pretty much listening to, obviously the episode was spread over 2 runs. And then, the Jimmy Whelan one. What else was out last week?
Hugo?
Yeah. Listen to that. Yeah, listen to that as well. Yep.
Did you listen to the re-release that we put out on the weekend?
Haven't listened to that one, no.
Oh, I listened to it because Zach hit me up. He's like, we need to re-release something, find an interview, we've got this deal going. And I'm like, yep, no worries. Then I'm flicking through. I'm like, what can I put out? The week before Sydney Marathon, get people up and about. And we found the audio from 2019. Moose recapping Lake Biwa, Ali Pashley recapping Nagoya.
We're in the same episode, were we?
It was the same episode. And I don't know where Croaks was. I just said in the intro, Croaks isn't here this week. And we moved on really quick. And it was me, you, and Ali.
Yeah, right. Interesting.
First 60 minutes was just you two recapping your races. I wanted to make sure that we didn't get cancelled for something that we said back in 2019. Like the world's moved on a bit. So I just made sure I listened to it before we put it out there. But it was good, Moose.
Was it good? Yeah, I can't really remember. I think I remember recording because I was in, like you told me, I was in New Zealand for a wedding, but I always had like some bad gastro or like some virus or something.
It was good because you were talking about like ways you're meant to feel in different parts of the marathon, stuff like that. So, which I think a lot of people can relate to this week. But Croaks did not listen to that.
No.
Didn't
What,
put that back in.
You put Hugo Fry before us, Croaks?
I would have listened to it years ago.
Yeah.
Well, you don't remember it.
I listened to Shoe Geeks as well, actually on the bus on the way up to Sydney.
What, with your kids and stuff just sitting next to you, you just got the headphones in?
Yeah.
But you caught a bus to Sydney. You didn't drive to Sydney?
No, we caught a bus.
Oh, anything to save $1, this bloke.
Yeah, I don't know. I just heard about this resort.
I had nothing to do with organising this trip. I was a passenger.
How's the calf? You ready to jump back into things?
I think so. So do you want me to recap what I've been doing?
Yeah, give us. Well, you don't need to recap every run. Just give us a bit of a summary.
Yeah, so the last time we spoke, the calf wasn't great. And so I basically took 9 days completely off running. And that my first run back was over, in Thailand on the Saturday. So like a week and a bit ago. Up until that point, I'd just been doing a bit of bike riding. So my first run back was 8 5-minute reps with just a minute recovery in between. So I did 2 reps at 12K an hour, 2 at 12.5, 2 at 13, and 2 at 13.5. And that was all felt fine, which was positive. And then, the next day I jumped on and just did 2 20 minutes, one at 12.5K an hour, one at 13K with 90 seconds recovery. Took a day off and rode the bike for an hour, that was probably the hardest bit of exercise I did for the whole trip because it was just really hot in the gym and just sweated up a storm. And then the next 4 days, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I ran anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, paces ranging between like 5-minute Ks and 4:17s. Like the calf was totally fine. My insertional Achilles stuff, which I've been dealing with for quite a while now, like that was pretty bad while I was away because the hour running plus just walking around a lot, it was always really quite niggly. And then I took Saturday off because we travelled, got back that afternoon. I hadn't slept over 24 hours. I'm like, I don't feel like running. And then I didn't run yesterday either, just because, I guess motivation's, it's funny. Had I not missed any running since like Albert Park 10K, like I'm probably getting out for a run Saturday afternoon and I'm probably running yesterday, but I'm like, well, I've averaged 20K a week for the last 4 weeks. Haven't done a long run I haven't run 2 hours for over 6 weeks. So I'm like, what's another day of not running going to matter? So I ran 47K last week.
Yeah,
but calf seems to be good, but I'm not real fit.
Yeah, when you put it like that, that is 6 weeks. No long run. Yeah.
No long runs and averaged 20K a week for the last 4 weeks.
We find ourselves in a situation where Moose may be fitter than you going into September.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'd struggle. Like I ran, even this morning was my first run outside in, 2.5 weeks. And heart rate's just, that period when you've missed a bit of running and you come back and the pace doesn't feel overly difficult, but your heart rate's 15 beats higher than it was when you're actually relatively fit. So, but body's fairly healthy, so hopefully I can start to ramp things up a bit.
Yeah. And then do you have plans for like between now and the end of the year?
Nah, I reckon I'm done till next year now.
Yeah. Well,
what do you mean? It's August.
Not really much happens though, like November, December.
No, unless I'm jumping on the track.
You got one of the biggest runs in Canberra in November.
What?
Oh, not really.
It is.
What is it?
It's like the old Canberra Times.
Oh, yeah.
It's like there's not many more bigger than that in Canberra. What's bigger than that? The actual marathon festival one.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's still not a very big meet. Well, But anyway, like I've just got to go back to the basics again, build up the mileage, try and rehab this Achilles a bit, slow the treadmill down on these threshold sessions, and then just slowly build the fitness back up.
Do that for 4 weeks though, and you'll be pretty fit.
Oh yeah, well I was injured so my calf was no good this time last year, and I basically didn't run from this time until 1st of November. So come 1st of November, if I have no hiccups between now and then, I'm going to be so much fitter than I was that time last year.
Yeah. All right, Moose, you've been up in Croaks' area. Did you stay at his house?
I did. I had a little swim in his pool actually as well.
Did you?
Yeah, it's nice. I didn't know exactly where it is because I went there that time. He actually invited me.
I don't know if you're joking or not.
It would have been nice and cold. It would have been about 8 degrees.
Perfect. That's what they call it now. The
plunge.
Plunge. Yeah, there's got a word for it. Used to just be like cool stuff jumping in the ocean afterwards, but now it's scientific. But yeah, no, it was good to catch up with Croaks' dog, Russell.
Did you bump into the people that were staying here, Moose?
No, I didn't. I did go near your house. I started a run just from around the corner up in I ran at Mulligan's Flat on Saturday morning.
I wasn't sure if you were joking about renting out your house either, Croaks. Was that a joke? I don't know who's serious and who's joking here.
Mate, why not? Hey?
Why not? Okay. How many reasons do we need for why not?
No, I didn't rent out the house.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
That was a good money move from you to rent it out while you're overseas.
But I love that you don't know whether I'm joking or not, Brady.
Well, I know you're tight with coin, and I'm like, that's probably rent in Canberra would be a bit for 10 days, wouldn't it? That's $2,000 right there. Airbnb.
Yeah, paid for the resort.
Paid for the holiday, yeah.
Could you imagine
having someone sleep in your bed? That would be weird. Like Moose wanted to do it, but couldn't get in there.
Imagine he didn't even offer me to stay. He knew I was coming up. He's not like, oh, you could just crash at our joint if you want. No one's there.
Doesn't he have like 6 bedrooms as well? It's
Moose,
a pretty big house, isn't it?
I've always offered for you to stay here, and you turned me down every single time. So I've stopped. When you came over for dinner that time, I said, Moose, you're welcome to stay here when you come back up. Oh, yeah, I might. And then asked another time, and then I just stopped.
But the best bit was you're not going to be there. Anyway. So, yeah, my week, getting back on track. I took Monday off. I jogged on Tuesday, and I went down to the beach. So I ran down the hill, crossed the Great Ocean Road, ran along the beach. It was low tide, so it was actually beautiful down there. And then I ran back up this hill all the way up to the top. And actually, there's a funny story this week, because after that, I started to think I'm getting unusually puffed when I go up a hill. And this is after we talked about this last week. I talked about the Sunday, how it was terrible going uphill at the Yuyangs. Well, this Tuesday I felt terrible going uphill again. So me and Ali have been chatting about this over-the-counter ferritin test that you can do now. Like you can buy, like you just buy a test from the chemist, and it has a little cassette like a COVID test, but instead of using a swab, you just drip a little blood into the cassette, and it has a positive reading or a negative reading, and the positive reading is if it measures ferritin below 30. So if you're below 30, then it shows up as a positive reading. And so I went and got that on Tuesday, and I thought this could explain a lot. And it bang pops up under 30, like you're outside the recommended range, or you're outside the healthy range of ferritin levels. So I immediately got a prescription for a blood test, and then walked up to the pathology clinic, got my test, and thought, this is so good. I'm bloody anemic. I'm going to get a nice little boost of fitness. I've been training like at altitude for weeks now. And then I got the results back, and my ferritin was 107. And it was so flattening. Like I saw it, I was like, oh, you're kidding. Like I was so sad.
You were so up and about with the Chemist Warehouse one, wasn't he, Crooks, in our group chat? It's like, how good is this, boys? Wait till I get this fixed.
Well, there's no chance that ferritin testing company are going to sponsor this show after that
Get
review.
what you pay for.
It said 97% accurate, and I must imagine if you had odds like that, right, and you put it on to win something. You're never going to hit it. But all of a sudden, I get the one dodgy test out of 3 out of 100 are dodgy, apparently.
Should you consider just buying because how much were they? $6?
Oh, it's 12.
$12. Just buy 3 of them, $36 worth. And
just
all
try
come
3.
back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. I do have another. I bought one for Brady to do too. I should but now I've got the blood test, so the blood test isn't going to lie. That's not going to be wrong.
But then what did the blood test so how much out of pocket were you for just going and getting the blood test in the first place?
Oh, like $24 off the you don't pay for the blood test, you pay for the doctor's prescription, and then the results go up to your My Health on MyGov, so you can actually view your blood test results on MyGov, and then
you can see like your MRIs and all that stuff on there too.
So you're only out of pocket $24 for the blood test.
Yeah, because Jimmy friend hooked me up with a $10 code to the online doctor. He's like,
why would you bother with the $12 over-the-counter test? Then
I kind of just wanted to try it to see what it would be like, because it's actually not bad if you don't, because I don't really have a GP, so I just use the online doctor service if I need to get a prescription or whatever. And if you do have a regular GP, it might take you a bit of time to get in to even get the blood test prescription or the referral for the blood test. So this can sort of give you a bit of an idea or a bit of a false lead immediately.
Tell me more about the online doctor.
Oh, it's called Instant Scripts. It's it's really handy if you need something quickly that you don't need like a physical appointment for. So
you do like a Zoom with a GP and just be like, this is what I'm after.
No, not even. I went on, it said there's options for different things from the doctor, and I said blood test. So I hit blood test, and then it gave me options for what are you feeling, or are you tired, or are you this or that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sort of tired. So I clicked that, and then you put in maybe you put in a couple of symptoms and you request this type of blood test, and what it does is it asks for all the different studies, so like iron studies and glucose and all of that, and then a doctor reviews it, and in 10 minutes they're like, yep, here's your script, go off and then I just walk up to the pathology clinic. And so it's really good for that if you sort of know what you're after in that regard. But immediately after I did that, I made an appointment with a GP down in Anglesey to actually discuss them properly. So I wasn't sort of going to try to interpret everything myself if I was low, or I was going to do it properly. But then it came back, everything was in range, healthy range. And the doctor provides a follow-up like no further action required or whatever, nothing of note in the blood test. So I didn't actually end up going down to the GP.
Testosterone, did you get that one checked?
Yeah, did you get that checked?
Maybe you need some
mate.
of Brady's stiffy pills.
You don't need to worry about me and testosterone. I am plenty testosteroned up.
Was there a drop-down box that's like, do you feel tired? Yes. Drop-down box. Do you have newborn twins? Yes.
Yeah.
Close this tab now.
Yeah.
Your iron's fine.
I'm looking for excuses. Yeah. I am. Well, yeah.
I think it's the excuse, Moose, is look at your Strava bars for the last 12 months. I think you're actually going pretty well, like considering how much training you have missed.
It's easy to forget that. It's easy to forget that I've never run this low a mileage at any point in my life, and it had ambition when I was doing it. Now I have some ambition, but my training doesn't match it. I've always overtrained. And now I'm like genuinely undertraining, and it's not that nice sweet spot of undertraining. It's like, no, you're not doing enough. But I've had some like the rest of the week. Oh, it's probably been going a month now. I have this like recurrence of it's kind of nighttime or sleep anxiety where you have a lot of trouble getting to sleep. I don't get anything really during the day, but at night it really affects me when I'm trying to close my eyes, and it's hard to explain the feeling, but it kind of feels like everything gets like your whole head is just like combusting or like exploding maybe. And I have had that for the last few weeks, and I've had it before. I've talked about it on here years ago, and it goes away for a long time, but it's been terrible because I have like from about when I go to bed at like 10, I have a real hard time before I can actually sleep. So I might not sleep until 12. And then once I get down, like I'm up again at 2. So and it's a really vicious cycle because you start to get anxious about going to sleep and you start to worrying about it happening all over again.
Yeah, I've been there before, Moose. Like you have, a couple of bad nights sleep in a row or struggling to get to sleep, and you're like, your body goes, I really need to get to sleep because I haven't slept the last 2 nights. And it almost like, it goes around and around in your head, and that constant thinking about it stops you from going to sleep. Yeah.
Well, it builds, it adds to it all. And I wake up feeling super hungover for some, like hungover. Sometimes I'll take I've tried a few things. I've tried these CBD gummies, like cannabis gummies. They like take out, they're not like the ones that get you high, but they take out the some sort of element of the cannabis that's supposed to relax you, but it hasn't worked at all. And then there's like sleeping tablet, which I can't really take because if I take that, then I can't get up for when it's my turn to do the boys. And so I'm waking up just cooked. This is where I actually feel like my training is going quite well when you look back and sort of see all this situational stuff and the lack of sleep and the stress and
I swear when we did like Road to Berlin, you'd found some like sleeping pills.
Oh, I did,
like,
yeah.
Importing. Remember those? Like
it was called.
This has been an issue for you for 10 years.
Yeah, that actually they got banned in Australia. Those ones. What was that called?
Yeah,
Shit.
You were explaining the dreams you were having, and sounded like the greatest thing ever.
That they did get. They were kind of a little experimental at the time, and then they did get put on a they're not. You're not allowed to bring them in anymore. I forget what it's called. There was like a full-on sleep drug. Yeah.
So like. Is this something you've spoken to a GP about? Like you still got that appointment booked?
Well, I spoke. Yeah, so I spoke to Brett Coleman about it. Like I had a long catch up the other day, and he said you've got to get a regular GP now. Like you have to get someone to help you with all this stuff, and that will know you in the future, so that will know your history and understand you as a person and your past, and they're going to be the best person to manage you, like with also whatever happens. So yeah, I'm going to go and I've got to make an appointment with the local GP, like the Anglesey one. So I'm just have someone that I can always go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a bit of a wait though to get into them sometimes. Like it's even, I know my local guy, if I ever want to see him, it's like a 2.5, 3 week kind of thing.
Yeah. And that's the problem, isn't it? Like by that stage, you probably passed whatever issue you had.
I often think though, like if something serious came up, it's like, all right, you get cancer or a heart attack or something like that. It's like, all right, at least I've seen this guy twice a year for the last 10 years. He knows who I am. He knows who my wife is. He knows like, you know what I mean? There's some kind of relationship there, even if you don't see him that often.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's,
there's a file on you.
There's also like non-urgent things that you probably should, like that you can go in for. But then when it's urgent, they probably find time as well.
They would, yeah.
Yeah.
They find time for you if you've been there. They know you though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Brady here. I'm excited to tell you about our partner this week. I've used this one all the time when I go overseas. Croaks will be using it when he's over in Thailand this week. Moose when he went to London. As I said, I gave it a good usage when I was over in Boston earlier this year. It is Saily. Saily is a game changer for staying connected when you travel. It's an eSIM service app that lets you choose from a huge range of affordable data plans in over 190 countries and 8 regions. Think about it, you land in a new city and boom, you've got data, no more scrambling. If you're heading overseas for your next marathon or even a holiday, running is a fantastic way to experience the world. But here's a question. How often has travel planning been a hassle for you? Even staying connected once you land. I know I've been there desperately searching for Wi-Fi, getting stung by crazy roaming charges or wasting time hunting down a local SIM card. Enter the world of eSIM and Saily has you covered. First, you just download the app. You only have to download it once and it's on your device and you're all set. No more swapping SIMs for every country. Plus, the plans are super affordable, which is crucial when you're saving up for those race entry fees and flights. And for those who are planning a multi-country trip, like a European marathon tour, Saily offers global and regional plans too. Imagine this, you're in a new city, using Saily to load your Strava heat maps, you need to find the best post-run coffee spot, and more importantly, you need to stay connected to upload your latest run. Saily also helps you to avoid scams and even has security features to protect your privacy while you're browsing. It's compatible with both iOS and Android phones, and their support team is there for you 24/7 if you need them. So here's the deal for Inside Running Podcast listeners. Saily has teamed up with the Inside Running Podcast to offer you an exclusive 15% off discount on Saily data plans. You need to use the code, all caps, Inside Running at checkout. To get started, download the Saily app or visit saily.com and check out our link in our social media bios. So when you're traveling next, ditch the roaming headache and give Saily a try. You won't regret it.
So my training. So like I after that run, felt pretty awful. Next day, had a bit of a 10 by 3 minute. This was inside actually. I was going to go outside, but the weather was pretty average. I was going to go do it with Ali, and I said, like, it's too windy. It was like really windy here, and I didn't want to running the workout into a really strong wind because of the change in mechanics, like the change in gait, like the leaning into the wind. I just felt like 10 days out, you don't want to be adding something that could be potentially like risky. So I said, do this on the treadmill. So I stayed home, did it on the treadmill as well. I ran in the New Balance SC Supercomp Elite V6. I actually liked it. It's like a firmer shoe. Well, I liked firm shoes on the treadmill. I don't like anything too soft when I'm on the treadie. So this felt pretty good. 10 by 3 minutes, 45 seconds jog. No, 45 seconds stand on the side. So the idea was just to stay sort of at that threshold effort. I felt like that I did that pretty well. I didn't really get up to heart rate until the last couple of repeats. And and then I jogged the cool down. It says 11K. It was probably more like 16. Then just jogged with Ali the next morning around Anglesea, just an easy run. And then on the Friday, I did another treadmill run. I was kind of, it was a bit like dreary and grim outside, like real, like it was sort of damp, and I didn't want to run in wet clothes for an hour of a tempo, so I did it on the treadmill. Just sweated my pants off. Did 20 just jogging. Then I picked up the pace for 20, and then I didn't need to pick it up too much for the next 20. I didn't need to really change the pace much because the effort of being out there for an hour had sort of kicked in, so the heart rate picked up. Watched a couple of YouTubes, I reckon. I think I watched who did I watch? Cole Hocker's one. Cole Hocker YouTube. Off to Europe. That was about it, maybe. Put a movie on. I know you blokes don't like watching movies, but I put a movie on. And then on Saturday morning, so went up to Canberra that night. Then Saturday morning, headed out to Mulligan's Flat with, this is right from your start point, is it, Croaks? Is this where you start?
Well, close. Where you started would be, like 400 meters from my house.
Yeah. So is this where you enter the park at?
Yeah.
Yeah. I recognise the loop. Everyone can recognise this loop by now, I reckon, if they follow you. Ran with Jess Pascoe, past guest, store manager at the running company Canberra, and Chris White. We had an enjoyable little run. Beautiful trails. No one out there, Croaks. Maybe like 3 people we saw. Saturday morning.
Quiet.
Yeah. Saturday morning at like 7 o'clock. No, 7:30 maybe. It was so quiet. Did this extra little loop. You see this little loop at the top? Is that normal?
We add that on our long run, and then we go through the other gate and go out into Guru, which is a bit hillier.
Yeah, I don't know about this extra loop.
No, like it's a bit ordinary up the top. It's a bit rough.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of that, but the rest of it was good. Next morning, I went out to Stromlo. So I didn't have a car here, so Chris wanted to go ride the mountain bike tracks. So I decided I'll come along and I'll do my long run. Asked Aaron Parker for a loop, and then he sent me a loop he'd done. So I ran down the cross-country course, out the bottom, down along the Belonglo River for a little bit, up into some bushy plantation, quarry sort of area, and then along to the Arboretum, big loop of the Arboretum, and kind of back through this same plantation. Yeah, and did 2 laps of the Stromlo cross-country course at the end. Have you done this loop before?
Yeah.
Oh, you run this loop? This is a famous loop?
Yeah, so when you then were heading back towards Stromlo, if you sort of took a right-hand turn and went through a fence, it's called Pipe Flat, takes you down to Coppins Crossing, and then you go over the other side of Coppins Crossing, and that's where the deep sort of famous 18-mile hill is. It's like this roller coaster hill.
Oh.
It's hard. I'm not sure whether you can run it anymore because of the houses that they're building.
So where am I turning right?
At about, this is great radio. Where are you? About the 15.3K mark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you climb through a couple of fences there and you go
Yeah,
down
right.
Pipe Flat.
Yes. Okay.
How'd you find that hill at like 10K? That's a
Oh, yeah.
bitch of a hill. You go up, go down, and you go up to dairy farmers.
So when I'm by myself, it's really hard to gauge how you're going because there's no one to sort of bounce off. So I always thought, geez, I'm slogging up this hill again because I was going pretty slow. And
that's a tough hill, that one.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you said that because that did feel tough at the time. And then, yeah, up the road. It was actually a bit easier running on the road up to Derry, up to the summit there.
Yeah.
Pretty terrible run back down because it's just so steep and because I didn't really enjoy the downhill bit. But yeah, a fairly solid loop. Remind me a lot of a Ballarat loop, this one. It's good stuff. 4:30, 25K. That's it.
Good. Couple of weeks in a row of good long runs from you.
Yeah, and it felt like I wasn't beat up or anything. I took 150 grams of carb for an hour 50. So it's about like 78, 80 grams an hour.
That's pretty good.
It ruins your day of eating though. Like you just feel so gross because there's so much like syrupy fucking goop in you. Like I used to enjoy finishing a long run and being like, let's just smash this like a Coke or a milk or even just a breakfast. But when you're putting that many gels down, you just do not feel like anything after you finish.
So where's like the sweet point? Because I'm with you. Like, and then sometimes it's like, I might have a milky kind of thing, and then I feel like my stomach's just full, and it's like I've just run 35K for this morning. It's now 11 a.m. and I haven't eaten anything, but I've had 200 grams worth of gels.
I reckon 30 to so. Back in the day, I used to run 2 hours with absolutely nothing, and some of those runs would actually get like tough. Whereas I reckon I can get through 2 hours on 30 to 60 grams in that 2 hours, and feel good at the end of 2 hours, but still want to eat afterwards. And
still be able to, because that's the thing, isn't it?
So it's probably 30 grams an hour.
I did 120 grams yesterday for 2.5 hours. And then I ate pretty well throughout the day.
You don't. So an interesting thing about this nutrition stuff is like the timing. And I remember hearing a nutrition. I think it might have been Steph Gaskell, who's been on our show before, talk about how the importance pre-run is much more important than post-run. So like you don't have to eat excessively post-run like we thought. As long as you're getting that carb and protein early, like within sort of 30 minutes to 2 hours, like you want to have something decent there. But then like I've always sort of thought, oh, well, long run, I'll go and have massive lunch and then I'll refuel all afternoon, but then I don't do much on Monday. So essentially I'm sort of refueling, but I don't really need to because I don't need the fuel for the next day. So much more important to get to sort of time your fueling before the run, not before a long run, rather than try to fill up after it.
But is that based on Moose like taking a lot of carbs during the long run? Because I feel like if you had done long runs completely, like even if you'd had a heap of carbs before the run, but you ran 2.5 hours and you took no carbs on during that 2.5 hours, I feel like it would be pretty important to get some stuff in really early on. Whereas if I'm taking 90 grams of carbs per hour for my 2.5 hour long run, I probably don't need to get stuff in even in that first 15 minutes because I'm carved up when I finish the run.
I'm not saying it's not important to get it in. Like you definitely need protein and carbs once you finish your run in that window, regardless of how much you do take during the run as well. Like you'll never stay on the right side of it. You're never going to you're never going to be in a calorie surplus if you're running 2 hours over hills at a moderate effort like I was. But I just think most people like overdo it on a Sunday afternoon because there's they're probably better overdoing it on the Friday afternoon or the Saturday afternoon.
We've got that the new expert at precision coming on in a couple of weeks, haven't we, Croaks? Saw an email about that today. These would be perfect questions for him.
Yeah,
put one in there.
I used to love the finish my run, good handful of lollies and up and go. Like I used to, if I was traveling for a long run, that's what I'd have in the car and I'd be eating that on the way and drinking it on the way home. Whereas now, because I'm taking so many carbs, I finish the long run. I certainly don't feel like eating any lollies. I don't even feel like having the up and go.
Nah, too much sugar, isn't it? Like it's just too much sweetness.
I'm worried about our teeth. Like, gels, sports drinks, beers can't be that good.
So,
Might have
Moose,
to get to Thailand and get mine whitened.
have you made a decision on this weekend?
Oh, what are we doing, Moose?
I haven't decided yet, actually, because there's a few elements at play. There's a few elements going on. So I haven't decided. I mean, I've got a few options on the table, but a lot of it will depend on the weather. I think this week and the weather for the event.
Can I recap my week and then I'll throw you a couple of options as well and we'll come up with a plan.
Throw me some options.
You and I got a couple of options where we're both together. Monday for me was 16K at 4:35s. I spoke last week about Sunday. I had like a tight top of my abs. Like I felt like I had a stitch the whole long run. And then this time I moved over to the right-hand side of my rib cage. 20 minutes in, felt fine though, disappeared. But it was weird that it was just moving around my chest. And I was like, I don't know what this is. Doesn't feel like a running injury. But that was my Monday morning notes there. 30 minutes with Hudson in the afternoon, 4:44 pace. Spoke about that on last week's episode. First bike ride double. Got him on the loop. We're setting our boys every Monday night. He got through the loop today in 29 minutes too. So we're going well. Less questions. Got through all good. Tuesday, I did a 10K progression run. Same thing. Still had this stitch thing right-hand side of my chest. Knew it was going to loosen up during the workout, bit after the warm-up. So I thought, I'll do a core lord workout, boys, a progression run. Is it the most core lord workout getting around?
Wow.
The old progression run, hard to the barn.
I didn't want to say anything about my Friday run last week, but pretty Corey.
What'd you do?
20.
Yeah.
It was on a treadmill, so that is anti-core lord. That's why I didn't say anything.
Yeah, good work not saying it.
I also think breaking it up into 20 is not a call lord. A call lord would just do it by feel and just go, you know what, now's time to accelerate, and it might be 7.5 minutes. And you've...
You know what a call lord wouldn't do? They wouldn't have their 1K splits on their watch, just trying to kick them down every 1K, which is exactly what I did.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I went 3:37, 3:33, 3:34. That annoyed me for the third K, so I did not progress it. 3:28, 3:24, 3:21, 3:18, 3:13, 3:06, 2:57. 10K and 33:35. Beautiful way to do a workout. Doesn't get hard until the end. Hyperion Elite, Moose. What number is it?
6.
6. Beautiful shoe. I've only put it on 2 or 3 times. I think I'm going to wear it Sunday because it's a great shoe, that one. So I enjoyed that workout. 35 minutes in the afternoon. Wednesday did 90 minutes at 4:28. I've just got in my notes here, this chest thing was starting to disappear. So that was good. 70 minutes before school on the Thursday loop. And then 30 minutes along the river after school. The river's real full at the moment, boys. Moama Beach fully underwater. Sweat versus steam course under big threat. It's not good.
When is it? When's Sweat versus steam?
November 15th. We'll be fine. It will recede by then, but it always takes longer to go down than it does to flood though. So anyway, might have to have an alternative course booked in there. Friday, my blue collar brothers and sisters will know that we can work out in the mornings again. It's light at 6:35, boys, in the morning. How good.
Yeah.
Wouldn't impact you too much, Croaks, but everyone else out there training, we are back. We have made it through winter. We're celebrating. We're punching the sky. We're back doing big workouts before we've got to get to work. So well done, all my blue collar brothers and sisters out there. 20 by 400 averaged. I just put this in the cord before. You know, you can link it up. I spoke about that a few weeks ago. I just said, analyze my workout and tell me about my splits. So
it hold on.
Yeah.
You have ranted about coaches using AI.
To set the program. I've said, hey, look at my Strava run from last Friday. Please analyze my splits for me. Because I used to do it, you go through, you add them all up, you divide it by how many reps you did, all that kind of stuff. This just said my fastest 400 was 68, my slowest was 72, my average was 69.9, which is 255K pace, or 441 mile average pace. There we go. It's a good workout. Puma Fast R. Best shoe for anything 10K pace or quicker.
You feel you're all right? Your calves are all right?
Yeah, well, for that it is. It's only 8K worth of work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I'd wear it for a marathon, but I could want to do big marathon workouts in it. But I think it's just a speed demon shoe, that one.
Yeah, it is.
This is 6:50 a.m. in the morning, and I'm putting the brakes on to hold 70s, which is good science, real good science. And I'm putting a lot of that down to the shoe.
I reckon run pre for you fast.
Yeah, think about that. What did you run at my age, Croaks? Your best 10K? That's what we're comparing now, isn't it, Moose?
Only ran one. It was Albert Park.
What was the time?
30 or something.
Yeah, look it up. I need the exact seconds. He didn't like me beating him head-to-head a month ago, so now I've got to beat the time that he ran when I was his age.
Yeah, he finds ways, doesn't he?
What about last night when he started comparing his half marathon to mine, but he was saying he had to run through puddles when he did it? Jeez, come on,
I
mate.
did, yeah.
What about you?
I'm going to put a couple of puddles in my next half marathon.
What about you going on? If Clousey runs 65 mid, I might have him here. I'm like, mate, the guy's run 2 minutes faster than you. That was a bit disrespectful to Clousey.
I saw the Clousey today. I've got some news about Clousey coming up when we talk about Patreon content. Clousey knows I love him, Croaks. He can take a joke too, Clousey. 75 minutes Saturday and then 2.5 hours Sunday, 4:09 average. One of those mornings, boys, you start with gloves and long sleeves on, finish with a singlet and shorts on. Like, flick it off. Like, just this time of the year when it warms up quick, no wind, sun on your back. I just really had to be like, it sounds real like, I don't know, like corny, but you just got to appreciate the fact that you can go out for 2.5 hours, didn't look at any pace or heart rate the whole way. I'm like, this feels comfortable, can run a low 4-minute pace, heart rate 137. Just like, don't take this for granted, Brady, that you can go out for 2.5 hours and just feel like smooth.
So what
was
the temperature when you left?
Oh, I think it feels like 4.
Yeah.
And it probably got to like 11, 12 by the end of it. But 27 meters of elevation over the 2.5 hours.
You just sweat. One of the problems with long runs is you just accumulate sweat. And so you're running in a long sleeve and you're just drenched and it gets heavy and it's just not enjoyable. Like, same with me in Canberra. I was wearing like a quarter zip. They're a bit thicker than a normal long sleeve. It was like one when I left. Like, this is a good option. And then about an hour and a half later, I was just like trying to zip it as far as I could down, roll the sleeves up. And it was only about 8 or something. It just gets heavy.
Yeah, but I feel like the quarter zips are like like you'd almost go like a normal long sleeve, then a quarter zip, then like a running jacket. Like they're in the, I had a light long sleeve on.
Yeah, but I was at 1 degree.
Yeah, true. You were colder than me.
But even in that, Moose, like when I have those days here, I prefer to start a little bit cold. Like, so it's uncomfortable. It's not super uncomfortable, but you notice that you're cold for 10 minutes, then you're good the rest of the run. It's when you're relatively comfortable at the start, that's when you get too hot 30 minutes in.
I should have done that. I was
very comfortable. Should have had a singlet underneath, Moose. I told you this a couple of weeks ago. Put the singlet underneath, then you strip off the long sleeve.
Well, I was going to take the long sleeve off altogether, but I was at Stromlo and there's like a kids, like a little athletics or something going on.
Don't do that.
Maybe I'll just keep it on, considering it's 8 degrees.
Anyway, 158K for the week, only 3 doubles. I reckon that's my sweet spot at the moment. 153 doubles.
No, and you're not doubling because of commitments?
I'm not doubling. Like Saturday, I don't like doubling because you're with the kids. Like, it's get out in the morning, do 70 minutes, then you got the afternoon free. Obviously, Sunday, not doubling. Friday, I was just a long day at work, didn't get home till like 5-ish, and I'm like, I don't need a double. And then Wednesday, I did 90 minutes in the morning, and I was like, I don't need a double. So I reckon it's like I could double and get to 175, but I'd be absolutely cooked and not see my kids enough. So, yeah. So this week, Moose, I'm thinking you and I would go out and we pace Ali for the first like 25K, option number 1.
That's
well, that was
for Moose.
Well,
I don't know if I can let him go off the start line. That's the only thing. I don't know if I've got enough self-control to run 4-minute Ks for a marathon.
Yes. Well, the thing about the pacing with Ali is I know that Caitlin has her own pacer And
Oh,
when you have your own pacer, there's never going to be a time that you're just left on your own, or you're stuck fighting wind, or you're having to make up a gap by yourself. And so I've been doing a lot of workouts with Ali lately, and I probably think that I could to get to 20, 25K at the pace like that they're most likely going to run, or that she's probably going to run. And so I thought, if it's going to be windy, and we don't know yet, it's too far out to tell, then and maybe I could jump in and sort of provide some assistance there, given that there's other competitors in the field with their own personal paces. Like I wasn't going to do that until that was made known to us.
yeah. Just want to make it a level playing field. Who have they got for Caitlin Adams?
I think her husband, Lockie, is going to do it.
Oh, yeah. Is he fit?
I did message him once I found that out, and I said that exact thing. I said, "You fit?"
Can he actually do the job? Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon he'll be all right. But yeah, I wasn't going to.
If you go to 25, I'll go to 40.
Yeah, well, that could be very helpful.
If we're up against Lockie Scott and Caitlin Adams, I feel like we've got to put our hat in the ring here.
Well, it's not being about against anybody. It's just helping Ali.
Yeah, but Ali's up against Caitlin.
Well, she's in a race against a lot of people there.
Is she? Who else is there?
A lot of other Australians are in that race. Don't know too many off the top of my head.
Didn't the third seed just pull out because she got picked for the World Half?
Yeah, she
I have
did.
a feeling it could be Caitlin and Al. I'm not being disrespectful to the rest of the field.
Millie Clark's in the field.
Added late, yeah. What'd she run at Gold Coast?
She's going well. She is.
Yeah, what'd she run at Gold Coast though?
I'm not sure. Was it 2:30? 2:31
okay.
maybe?
Yeah. Wow, she'll be in the hunt then. Okay.
What other options? You said you had a couple.
Oh, well, we just jog it the whole way. We have some fun out there. Embrace the crowd.
Yeah. Don't like that bit, but jogging.
I thought that's what you were going to do. I thought you were going to run like 14K pace the whole way.
Well, I've seen your version of embracing the crowd, and it's not really.
Oh, the embrace the crowd.
Not. Yeah.
No, not embrace. Just enjoy the crowd. Couple of high
Yeah, like-
fives. Couple of
I'll hide myself in the middle of a pack, and we'll
hit the mushrooms. Those kind of things.
hit the power ups.
Yeah, power up, Mario mushrooms. Or the other thing was like to kick it down, like progression run it.
Yeah, that's probably beyond me, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm kicking down too much at the end of a 42K run at the moment. I don't have that strength.
Because the only other thing is that I have to, I don't have to, but I have the opportunity to do like interviews at the finish line.
Oh, you want to get back quick.
So I've got media accreditation, and if I come in at 2 hours 50, everyone's left that area.
Hey, get Croaks to do it.
I had to did Zach email you, Croaks? No, Croaks already doing stuff, isn't he?
What are you doing, Croaks?
He's in the office.
Oh, you're on the bus.
Mate.
You're on the bus?
I'm not on the bus.
I thought he was on the lead vehicle bus. I was telling Andy Buchanan, I'm like, Croaks, he's going to be the person on the lead vehicle who they're going to cross to on the stream.
Yeah,
Andy was getting so
that's
excited.
Not me.
He's like,
what are you doing then, Croaks?
When I look at Croaks.
Well, I'm working with the production team. I think my title actually just about an hour before we started recording came through this massive document of like the run sheet, and it makes you realize when you see this document like how many people are involved in like a production to televise this thing. But my title is I'm a spotter. So they have like 8 different cameras or 8 so they've got obviously lead men, chase pack of men, women, chase pack of women, Aussie race, men and women. So there's like 8 different screens, and I basically keep an eye on all of them. And if something interesting happens in one of those packs, races, I just sort of let them know so they can potentially like cut it and show it as part of the production. Because you know how sometimes we've been critical of events where it's like, oh, it'd be awesome to see, like a big move in the Australian only race or something, and but you never see it. So hopefully we'll have a camera on the lead Aussie race, and if something happens there,
on me, Moose and Ali,
I let them know.
That's crazy.
Good for
That's
us, Moose.
crazy, Croaks.
But
You're
I don't
like
actually-
paid position, correct? You
I
get
don't,
paid for
ac-
this?
I don't actually know how it all works. Like I'm in some truck, I think, and I'm standing like third row back or something. So I'll find out more over the next few days.
third
you
row
have
back from what?
Oh, like the people will be in front of me, like watching the screens. So I don't. Yeah, I've got to go in. I think on Saturday morning to just see how it all works.
This is a good opportunity for you.
It'll be good to see. Good to see behind the scenes how it all works.
I feel like if you're third row back there, like you could be the most qualified person in this bus or in this truck. Like we need to get you close.
You got to be shouting at people, Croaks, being like, just like, get it, cut to screen 4.
Camera 6 now in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, you fucked it.
Oh.
You missed it. He's gone.
Yeah, that guy dropped his bottle. Go back and show that.
Show that. Brady,
How are you going to watch 8
mushroom.
screens, Croaks? 8 screens. That's a lot of screens to watch.
It is a lot of screens, but I get to see I get to see lots of different races.
I feel like they should just be like, all right, Croaks, you're in charge of like lead Australian men. Just watch that screen. Give us some info when we need it.
Yeah, but then
You know what I mean?
yeah, because I don't think anybody's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it all works, but I'll be told what to do.
Well, I got a great idea for you, Croak. Can you just pass this on? And you might be able to get it up. But you know how like you watch sport on TV these days and you can pick the camera angle, pick the camera you want to watch? How about you just like, you have 8 cameras. How about we can just pick at home what camera we want to watch?
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
Can you just send that email that you just got, send it over, and I'll just reply all to that.
Hit reply all. See how many people you can piss off.
Above my pay grade.
Yeah, that's why I'll do it. You don't have to. I'll do it.
But it was nice. I got invited to this meeting on Friday morning with like Paula Radcliffe's one of the commentators and Tim Hutchings and the like. But I'm not going to be up there in time for that.
It's on SBS, isn't it?
Yeah.
So is it not Tamsin and Bruce and that?
No, I think it's Tim Hutchings, Paula Radcliffe,
Global.
Kurt Fernley, then Eloise is on a truck, Dave Colbert's on a truck.
This is
on the
good.
course. Yeah.
They're bringing in the pros, aren't they, Moose?
Yeah, well, it's going to be, this will be the one that, like, you know how we watch New York? This will be like New Yorkers watching us.
It's going to be good. Weather's looking good.
Do you reckon Paula listened to that episode where we talked about her book? She might remember that, Croaks, from you.
Her book.
Yeah, remember we...
Well, I haven't read a book, so I don't know.
We did give her a good book review back in the day.
Didn't we?
I haven't read it.
Actually didn't mind her book.
No, I didn't like it.
We didn't. Hang on. Croaks had never read it. I reckon it was a good book.
It wasn't a great book, Croaks. Just be careful around that topic with her.
So the race, because Izzy's going to do the lead females, but isn't Brett Robertson doing the lead Aussie men? So the race doesn't have anyone for lead Australian women. It's BYO.
Well, you got to assume that Lockie Scott will be that.
No,
that's messy. They shouldn't do that.
There are 2 paces
For the lead women.
Yep. Benny Saint sent me through a document that has info on the field. Let me have a look.
You mean the lead Australians?
Yeah, well, the lead females.
Yeah, well, no, the lead Australians or the lead
not
females?
lead Australians.
That's what Izzy's
Yeah.
doing. Izzy's doing lead females, isn't she? Yeah. Lead Aussie women's BYO. All right, Moose, that sounds positive. Let's say some Patreon supporters. Talk a bit more about Sydney at the end of the show. Who you got, Croaks?
I got Cathair McGuigan, and pretty sure he's from Ireland, but has spent some time in Australia. He ran 17:37 at this year's Queen 5K, 36:53 at this year's Spa Crake 10K, and 85:52 at last year's Hoka Runaway Sydney Half Marathon. Based on his Strava, it looks like he does a fair bit of cycling, gym, as well as sauna. So thank you for your support, Cathair.
Thanks, Cathair. Good to have an Irish Patreon supporter. Moose, who you got?
Did you run Cathair through the Google Translate, like the pronunciation?
I didn't know, so that may be incorrect.
Cathair doesn't sound like a name.
Is that how you would pronounce it based on the spelling?
Do you reckon the H is silent? It's more like Cathair.
I only called him that because I went with Croaks being confident.
Brady, you are. He hates upsetting people, doesn't he?
I'm just saying, like, Croaks went with it with confidence, so I just repeated it.
So
worried about being cancelled, aren't you, Brady?
Cat's air. It'd be like.
I'll have a look. I'll do that now.
You know, it's like I reckon it's like Siobhan. It's not Siobhan.
Yeah.
I reckon that could be like this one. The Irish like doing that. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
So what did you say, Brady?
Kahhur.
Huh?
Kahhur. That's how it's pronounced. According to Google, the AI overview.
All right. We'll go with you then, Brady.
Always need me if you need me. Come to me if you need me for names, boys. Who you got, Moose?
Sam Newsom from Sydney. He has run, or she, I'm not sure. Has run.
I think it's a guy.
It's a guy. Has run 36:48 at the 2024 Sydney Harbour 10, 85 minutes at the 2025 Hoka Runaway Sydney Half Marathon, and 2:59 at last year's Sydney Marathon. Good conversion from the half to the full, especially at Sydney. Oh, they're both hilly races. Doesn't travel a lot, Sam. Doesn't get out of the Sydney bubble. Be good to see. Like they're not fast races, Sam. The Harbour one's okay, but like I reckon you go find yourself some PBs if you venture outside Sydney.
Thank you, though, Sam, for your support of the Inside Runner podcast. I'm going to thank Jamie Soares. Boys, Kyabram, Victoria. You know where this is?
Kyabram,
about 45 minutes from Echuca, Shire of Campaspe. It's where Gary Lyon was from. Kyabram.
Is it on the river?
Maybe Brett Delidio as well. No, it's not on the Murray. Bit more inland, like Shepparton kind of direction, Tongala, Rushworth.
How many people?
Oh, I'm going to say 7,000 off the top of my head.
Did your boy Nath Stote live there?
No, he lived in Cobram.
Oh.
Close though, Croaks. That is on the Murray. Yep. Yeah, you're kind of in the same area. It's run 17:45 for parkrun, 36:41 at last year's run pre-10K, 78:59. Big breakthrough run for him at the Gold Coast Half Marathon this year, and 2:54 at last year's Melbourne Marathon. He's going back to Melbourne this year as well, boys. He's going to take some more minutes off that, going off that Gold Coast half time. We're pretty sure he's a maintenance engineering supervisor at James Strong Packaging. Also good on a motorbike back in the day, I've heard. And a couple of guys I work with know him, and they call him Elvis. Not sure why his nickname's Elvis, but yeah, good bloke, good runner. Thank you for supporting the Inside Running podcast, Jamie. Thanks to all our Patreon supporters. Patreon.com/Inside Running Podcast is where you can support us to keep the show alive. At 460. Don't get to 460 without our Patreon supporters. Big week of bonus content this week. The Road to Somewhere team are online now, so that will be out tomorrow, which is Tuesday. They wanted to get that out of the way early before Ali clicks into race mode for Sydney. Boys, the UK Monthly, Dan Nash had a baby, so he's on paternity leave, but we've got a replacement.
Oh, Josh Lunn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it really?
That's who it is, yeah.
No shit.
So I said to him today, I said, Dan, you don't have to do this monthly show. Like we'll give you a month's paternity leave or something. Like he's like, yep, good. Not going to be able to make it work. And I just said, Aaron, you know who to call. And he just wrote like Nick Bester, ? I said, no, we're not. It's not going to be Nick Bester. And then he said somebody else as well. And then, yeah, he was like, Josh Lunn. I'm like, yep, get him organised. And he's locked in.
Get some listener questions into him.
They're going to, I can't wait to hear those three boys go at it again. Clousey fresh off his 65. So that will be sometime this week as well.
I think Clousey used to coach him for a short period of time.
Go at coaching him, haven't they? Yeah. Uncoachable. I don't know what he's been doing since he used to do that show with him, but people know who I'm talking about. What else is coming up there, boys? You'll get the Brooks show on the Friday night. I think that goes everywhere on the Saturday. You'll get the live show. We're recording that up in Sydney Sunday afternoon. So you'll probably get that Sunday night, maybe Monday morning, depending on the person recording it, how quickly they can give us the file. So you get everything early as well. Patreon.com/Inside Running Podcast. Running news. It's loaded and it's brought to you proudly by Precision Fuel and Hydration, Croaks.
Yeah, so a couple of Diamond Leagues. First one was Lausanne. I was still on holiday, so I actually didn't watch this one. Did you, Brady?
No.
All right, we'll go through the
I saw
results.
the 800, the women's 800 last 200 metres.
Yeah, so women's 800, Audrey Werro kept her unbeaten outdoor season alive. She got the win there in 155.33, which was a meet record. Beat Femke Bol 155.41, which was a national record. So Femke Bol is just slowly bridging the gap. And I don't think it'll be like maybe not this season, but I reckon by the time the Olympics roll around, she may be the number one 800 meter runner in the world. And Seda Chesse was third in 156.92. Any comments, Brady?
Nah, it's just amazing that she can continue this unbeaten streak. And I agree with you about Bol. Like, she's getting closer and closer, isn't she?
Yep.
And she's looking more like, remember early, maybe even like the last 3 or 4 weeks, she still looked so clean in the last 100 metres. It's like you're not even trying. But now she's starting to look a bit more like mongrel, techniques changing a bit over the last 50, like she's trying to get there first.
Well, I heard an interview about where she's saying how her arms, that's one thing that she's noticed compared to the hurdles to the 800 is her arms are much like slower, which sort of makes her look a bit lopier and like she's not trying. And she needs to try and bring the arms in a little bit more to try and pick up the cadence a bit. And so that they're racing Zurich a couple of days' time. And so you've got Hodgkinson, Werro, Bol, Hunter Bell, Lillian Adira. Like that is going to be one of the races of the season, I reckon.
Yeah. Is that the final?
No, it's not the final.
Where's the final at this year?
Well, it's called that. It's called that. What's it called?
The ultimate. No, isn't it two different things?
Yeah, it's two different things.
It's still a Diamond League final. Yeah,
I think it might be in Brussels, maybe.
Okay.
Men's 800. So I saw in the lead up to this that A-Rock was going to go for the world record. So he went through 400 in 49.1. I think the pacer was like 48 high. Unfortunately, he faded down the straight. Wanyonyi got the win, 142.19, beat Sajadi, 142.31, and Brandon Miller was third in 142.55. A-Rock, 143.18. And then, men's 5,000, Balew got the win there, 1257.55, beat Parker Wolf, 1258.2, and Nico Young was third in 1258.33. US went 2-3-4 in that race. Grant Fisher was 11th in 1307, which you don't see very often him, I guess, finishing that far down in a Diamond League.
Long season for him?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's raced that often, has he?
It's the US have this like amazing ability to just reproduce guys. Like the young bucks just come through, and you're going to get to it when you talk about this Silesia Diamond League in a second. But just like, who's the newest kid out of college who turns into like a world beater?
Yeah. Well, remember Cole Hocker was at college with
Cooper Tier.
Yeah. So they were like the next big thing, and like Cooper Tier hasn't really sort of gone on with it. Obviously, Hocker has.
Nico Young and Blanks are both flying, and now you've got this Parker Wolf guy.
Like Hobbs Kessler was there for a period of time, but it just goes to show how hard it is to stay at the top. So Silesia was on early hours of this morning. Women's 1,500. Jess Hull. This was the best I've seen her race in quite a while. So she was sort of mid pack for a lot of the race. Moved up at the bell, sort of got herself into third, and then down the back straight, she just sat on Dorcas Ewoy. Was in second with 200 to go. Followed Ewoy until 100 to go. Hit the lead. Looked like she was going to get the win at one point. But Duguma had a pretty strong last 50 to just pip her on the line. Duguma got the win there, 355.06 world lead. Jess was second, 355.2, season's best. And Ewoy was third, 355.58. Sarah Billings was also in that race, finished seventh in 356.73, which is a PB and moves her to number 4 all time. But I just felt like this race from Jess was almost like the Jess of old, where we used to always talk about how strategically astute she was. And I feel like that was, like her running 3 years ago, where she's just in the right spot at the right time, just couldn't sustain the kick for long enough to hold off Duguma.
Yeah, I knew the result before I watched the race. And then I watched the race and she perfect, moved up around the home band, got the lead, and then the kick just didn't go for long enough. Like if you said to me, pause it here with 80 metres to go, and you're like, do you want to put your house on Jess Hull winning this race? You're like, yeah, I can. What's going to happen from here? But the Kenyan closed hard and, she just needed an extra 20 or the Ethiopian, just need an extra 10 or 15 metres early for that line to hit her.
Promising, though.
Linden Hall was there too, Croaks, 13th, 4:01.
Oh, okay.
I did see her off the line. I just checked her there, which, she's come in at third last, but she's run 4:01. How much has the standard just changed?
Yeah.
Like 4:01's not a bad time.
And also, how good is Sarah Billings seeing that? Like, running 3:56. I mean, she comes seventh, but look, still, what's happening in Australia is amazing.
Mm.
Yeah. All right, men's 1500. So, Cole Hocker, he got sort of right in behind the paces, which is sort of odd for him. He normally sits back and relies on his kick a little bit. Jakob was a fair way back early on. He moved up just after 800 metres, and Jakob actually hit the front with about 500 to go. And then with about 200 to go, Nathaniel Koech was going around the outside, and you could see that Jakob was sort of trying to hold him off, but he got around him quite easily. And then he cut in front of Jakob and got clipped, which he didn't go down, but it definitely sort of affected his momentum a little bit. And then with 150 to go, Ethan Strand hit the front and, they were never going to catch him. So he got the win in 3:30.77. Koech second, 3:31.14. Cole Hocker was able to sort of rally down the straight and finish one spot in front of Jakob. Hocker 3:31.16, Jakob 3:31.19. So, Ethan Strand, obviously one to watch, and not a bad result for Ingebrigtsen.
He couldn't get out either.
Yeah, you just saw that big dopey Kenyan. Like, you could tell that he's young and he hadn't been in a lot of races like this before. Because when he went and planted himself just in front of Jakob, he kind of just put the brakes on a little bit, and all of a sudden the momentum Jakob had was gone. And I reckon he's probably. I think he was going to win that race if Koech didn't jump in front of him like that.
I think he was content as well. The last 50 metres, he knew he'd been checked, and then he knew he couldn't get out, and you could kind of tell he was waiting for an opening, which he kind of got with 20 metres to go, and then dipped for trying to get second or third. But given this is his first 1,500 metres, first one? Yeah, because he did the 5K Europeans. So, he'll dominate the next one. He's got this one in his legs now, and he'll have an opportunity to get out and close hard the next one.
Didn't he say something about, give me 4 days? That's all
Is that
I
what he
need.
said?
Which is basically the gap between that race and his next one.
Well, didn't after Europeans, he said, give me 3 weeks or something. He kind of is just cutting this days down.
But he did. I mean, he did run very well. He put himself in the best position.
Yeah.
I just don't think he was expecting this Kenya to plant himself where he did. And maybe
I still don't know whether he was going to run over the top of Ethan Strand.
Yeah, well, it was touching. You never know.
He looked pretty strong.
Yeah. And he got away from him all.
You won't know.
How tall is that Ethan Strand guy, Croaks? He's a
know.
little pocket rocket, isn't he? I'm going to look up his height. Because he's got a kick on him.
You look that up and I'll go to the women's 5,000. So I heard on the broadcast that the Pacers were tasked basically run sort of 250, so 14:10 pace, but nobody went with them. They were basically jogging around till 4K. So they went through 3K in 9:09. And then with so they're pretty much all there right up until the last lap. With 200 metres to go, I reckon a little group of 6 had got away, and Rose was in that group. Battocletti hit the lead with 150 to go. Rose tried to sort of hang on to the back, and Rose was second at top of the straight. Battocletti was obviously too strong, but Rose did really well to hang on for third. Hailu went past with maybe 60, 70 to go. But then there was another group of probably 3 women behind Rose that were looking like they could have maybe gone past her, but she actually held it together really well over that last sort of 50 metres. So Battocletti, 14:54.09, 2:42 for the last K and a 58-second last lap. Hailu, 14:54.62, and Rose Davies, 14:55.39. We also had Georgia Griffith, 16th in 14:59, and Lauren Ryan was 17th in 15:02.
It's Rose, like, this is breakthrough type territory. Every time Rose races now, like, we're looking at Diamond League 5,000 meters, and Rose is competing for the win over the last lap, and she's doing that consistently now.
In a deep field too. Like, you're
She
up
is
against some of the best.
another level. Yeah, another level.
175 centimetres, Ethan Strand is. It's a win for the short boys out there.
Well, what are you, like 147?
172.
Are you really?
Yeah, 100. You're taller than 172.
Yeah, I'm 172.
No way. Have you seen him? He's a
not that
tiny
tall.
little human.
172, 58 kg. Black belt.
58 kg. That's a lie.
kg.
That's such a lie.
That's about that. Got up to 60 when I had that stressy.
Only other bit of news was steeple. El Bakkali got beaten by Gadana, 802 to 804. So that's a bit of an upset there.
Lost. He's been beaten a couple of times this year, El Bakkali.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. New sponsor.
Yeah, moved where he's gone on.
Gone from Nike to On. Can't win anymore. Nah, that's not proven.
Don't offend anyone, Brady.
Don't offend. No one needs to be offended. Australian cross country champs. This was good, boys. Put the stream on Saturday. Paid my $5. Signed up. Like, a bit of a barrier to get access to it, which I don't think we need barriers in the sport. Like, this stuff should be free. And, like, you know, when you got to sign up for something, you got to put your email address in, and, like, I know it's not that complicated, but it's still a two-minute job that you shouldn't have to do. Then I got there and it was just a camera on the finish line. And I'm like, oh, this isn't good. Like, if I paid $5 just to see a camera on the finish line, I'm going to be so annoyed. And I was explaining to Hudson, because he was home with me, that like, the concept of being ripped off, because he's been taking his footy cards to school. And I'm like, just don't go trade him like the gold-plated Nick Dacos one for like a Tom Stewart basic one or something. Like, don't get ripped off. So we'd been trying to explain the concept of getting ripped off. And I said to him, I think I've been ripped off here, Hudson. $5. Just got the finishing line camera. Was thinking this isn't good. And then they come on. It was Tim Crosby and Mitch Dyer on the mics. They had drones, had buggies. This was like amazing footage. Definitely worth my $5. So I was like, this was really, really good footage, really professional. They had like a leaderboard, you know, like when they went through the laps, it would show you like who's in what position. Like, the production of it was bloody amazing. We had a great day watching it on Saturday afternoon. It was held in Ballarat, Vic Park, super muddy. Like, I know we cop some heat now and then from the people overseas that our cross country isn't real cross country, but this was real cross country. I'm not sure if you've spoken to Nidamoose. He did it. I was talking to him the last couple of days, and he was like, there were only a couple of sections where you could get your footing. And in the men's race, it looked like Ed Marks didn't have long enough spikes in or something. Like, he nearly slipped over a number of times during this men's race, which Haftu Strintzos won. He just went to the front and just kept grinding it. And the only person that could really go with him was Yohanes Asmare, who won the junior race last year, Moose. And I remember you being over there and saying, like, this kid is a gun. Like, he is a jet.
Exceptional last year.
Yeah. And he's an Ethiopian refugee that's been here for a couple of years. Long-time listeners will remember when Reese Edwards comes on the show. Like, he talks about some of these guys that he trains with, and this is one of them. Ran like was it a 355 mile in the US? Like, his World Athletics profile doesn't have too many results on it, but he gave Haftu a real run for his money. Like, pretty much covered every moves up until the last one with 200 meters to go, when he finally got broken and looked over his shoulder to see that second position was safe. But I did get Zaka just to try to, he's ran 3:38 for 1,500 meters. Supposedly he's ran 13:38 as a 16-year-old in a road race at the Adidas Herzo 5K. they the Adidas. Remember how they do like that like PB meet at Adidas headquarters? I think that's it.
I remember that.
Yeah. So I think he has a few issues like with consistency, like training. But when he's fit, like he was on Saturday, this guy could be making teams for us for the. I don't know how it works with the citizenship and stuff, but yeah, he could be one of the best runners on Australian soil in the next couple of years. And then so he got beaten by 6 seconds from Haftu, and then Ed Marks was another 3 seconds behind him in third. Debuted the Nike Elite kit as well, which we've been talking about the last couple of months. Is Ed Marks going to sign with a brand? He has signed with Nike. So that's good to see you from your boy Croaks.
Yeah, Ed still that elusive gold medal at National Cross. He's had every colour but gold.
Yeah, he gets beaten by good people too, doesn't he? Like, there's always someone rocking up. Last year was the year he should have rocked up and won it. Got injured, didn't he?
Yeah.
Zach Faccioni won it last year.
Also, I reckon those conditions changes the form guide completely. Like some people are just more suited to that sort of running than a flat, fast course.
Yeah.
You put Seth in that race yesterday, he wins.
Really? You think he beats Haftu?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
If you Seth, outstanding in those kind of conditions.
Yeah. I feel like Haftu's got pretty good cross-country pedigree as well, though.
Yeah. It's not really fair to say that someone could come and win, actually. I don't really like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Yeah.
Especially the guy who just ran 2:06 at the Gold Coast a couple of months ago.
I'm going to just say that Seth has performed really well in wet conditions in the past.
Yeah, the Launceston year and Oakbank in South Australia.
Yeah, the
Both
South
super muddy and he
Australian.
won.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. In the women's race, Holly Campbell won this. Same thing. Like she just ground him into the ground. Like the longer the race went, she just was off the front, making moves, and people were just dropping like flies behind her. 38-18. Ruby Smee, 38-45. Jayla Hancock Cameron, boys. I haven't mentioned her for a few weeks. She was third in the national champs in 39-11. Don't read too much into these times. Don't go sitting there going, oh yeah, it's 4 minute K pace, get you third.
Look at what Haftu Strintzos, 32-14. The bloke he'd do jogs at that pace.
Yeah. Yeah. The last 10K of his marathon would have been like 3 minutes quicker than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, great to see cross country, nice and muddy. Some of the photos and videos coming out of there's just people covered in mud. It was good to see people getting dirty and busting their guts over cross country course down in Ballarat. Feel like that's a permanent place for it. Like, is it there for 3 years?
I reckon they had a multiple year deal. So that's
probably just lacks hills.
Did they chuck one in though? They chucked in a big mound. Is that right?
Yeah, there was a couple like rollers. Yeah.
A few jumps as well.
A few jumps, yeah, hay bales. Yep. Whoever was driving that buggy was doing a good job. Like it would have been. Like they were in the mud next to the course.
Yeah.
A bit of drifting would have been going on, keeping up with Haftu and Holly Campbell throughout there. The other bit of news I've got is the half marathon world record went down yesterday in, is this Buenos Aires?
Yep.
Argentina?
Correct.
Yeah, not bad at geography. Kajalcha, he got the win and the world record, 56:51. 26:44 his 10K split was from 10K to 20K. So for reference, Jacob Kipolimo did run 9 seconds quicker than this, 56:42 in Barcelona last year. That was then not given to him because the race car, like the lead vehicle, was too close to him. And since then, Croaks, I hope you did some research here, he did go out this year and run another quick time, but I've got a feeling it hasn't been ratified yet either.
Yeah, because that original time didn't count, Kajelcha, I think, had the world record, and then Kiplimo came out and broke that time, running like a 57 something. But yeah, that hasn't been ratified, you reckon?
I don't think it's been ratified yet. Maybe I could be making that up, but yeah.
Because on his world, it's weird how on his World Athletics profile, Kiplimo, his half marathon personal best has 56:42 here, national record.
Oh, really? Which was the one from Barcelona that they said didn't count?
Yeah.
Some weird stuff. Like, yeah, I find it weird how long it takes them sometimes to ratify stuff. Sometimes you'll see like 6 months later, they're like, new world record's been ratified. You're like, I guess they got to measure the course and stuff again.
He ran 50. He ran 57 earlier this year. Ran 57:20 at Lisbon.
So was that that was the world record that Kachelcha just broke?
Yeah,
but we're not sure if it's been ratified or not. No. Anyway,
but why does World Athletics, if that original one hasn't been ratified, which was set at 16th of February 2025, why is it on his World Athletics profile? And why is it a national record?
And if why is he allowed to win the race if he's getting assistance from a car? Like if you're going to say, oh no, that doesn't count, like you're breaking the rules, then how are you allowed to get a finish place of first? Like it's either legal or it's not.
But I don't think it's his fault. He's not in control of the car.
Yeah, I get that. But like if the lead car takes him short and he runs the course short, then he's also not going to get the winning prize because he hasn't completed the course. So it's just weird that they've decided, it's not too bad that you can't have first place in that race. And maybe a national body is going to recognise it too, but World Athletics won't recognise it. It's very conspiracy theory thrown around here. Like, why do we not want him to have it? World Athletics have found a reason for him not to have it. Yeah, there's a bit of that going around the long run group, isn't there?
There is.
I feel a bit sorry for him because he's done nothing wrong. He's run the course, like pretty sure it was like it's certified. It was just that the league vehicle was supposedly too close, which no one really knows how much of a benefit that's going to be for him.
Yeah. So some crazy like splits here for Kachelcha. It's an average of 64 seconds for every 400. I couldn't do 400 at the moment in 64. This is so not relatable for me at the moment. 420 mile pace. It's equivalent to a 12:23 5K and a 25:48 10K, like on the ranking points. Yeah. That's just 241K pace. Crazy. And did you see him cross the finish line?
Yeah, that was
put in an extra 20 meters, jumped in the air, ran around like he hadn't even done anything for the previous 56 minutes.
It's like nothing slows him down. Like there's just no limitations except maybe mechanically, like he cannot mechanically move any faster, but it doesn't seem like there's anything preventing him from being able to go quicker.
Except he can't win major championships.
Except when Sarway gets there.
Yeah, well,
always finishes second, even on the track at like Olympics and World Champs.
Yeah, just an unbelievable performance, I guess.
Yeah. That you can't get blown away anymore, can you?
Nah.
Just woke up this morning like, no, there's another one. There it goes.
It's not overly surprising when you consider the guy's broken 2 hours for the marathon. So, he should be probably running 3 minutes faster through half marathon.
He'll run 1:58, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Moose, take me through your news.
Well, Jimmy Whelan, he was our guest interview last weekend, and he talked about he talked about a lot of things, actually, that I'm about to mention, but from the interview, it sounded like he was confident he'd be in the World Road Running team, but the announcement came, and he wasn't. So there he is at the Antrim Coast Half Marathon, which I actually watched pretty much from start to finish this race, and it's like a small city, I guess, Antrim. It's on the coast, up in Ireland, so it's very scenic, but it looked like an AV style race. Do you boys see the setup? There's some very narrow lanes that they're running down, massive cones in the middle. At one point, they ran down like a sidewalk down it was, I think it was 20K. They ran down this super steep like bike path down onto the sea wall area, and it just looked like a local fun run. But what was happening was pretty amazing. Like within the race, two guys went off insanely quick. Turns out it wasn't that insane when you compare it to Yohanes Kachelcha. But there was a Kenyan and there was an Ethiopian. And the Ethiopian ended up out kicking the Kenyan 58.26 to run a course record. But that's not why I was tuning in. I wanted to see how Jimmy Whelan would go. And he was in not quite, there was like a lone Kenyan behind, and then he was in the pack behind that. And he was running in a pack with Mark Scott, Edward Cheserek, Galen Rupp, and it was getting paced by this fellow called Adam Lipski. I think that's how you pronounce his
South
name.
African guy, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he is. He
But,
ended up hanging on for a PB.
Yeah.
Pacemaker, yeah.
And so Jimmy's come through. He's finished 8th. He ran 61.19, which is a PB, and beat Galen Rupp, beat Mark Scott. Did he beat Cheserek? I don't know.
Yeah, he beat Cheserek.
So he
didn't beat the pacer.
He's come out almost winning that group that he was in, which is pretty impressive stuff. So this is the second, like those 10Ks and the 5Ks that he's run, they're not, like in the scheme of things, they're not that impressive. But the second 61 half is, and 61.19, like to crank it down faster, this course does not look that quick. Like I've got to be honest, like it just looks like there's hills in there, there's like U-turns, there's dodgy sidewalk areas. So like I've got a feeling that Jimmy could go quicker than this. I know he thinks he can. But yeah, good from Jimmy.
It's got to be worth sub 61 on a Valencia where he said his other 61, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Like
this is good though. Just gets another one of those, as you said, like solid results on the board.
Yeah, not fully announced yet, but seems like he's coming home to Victoria for maybe a marathon in October, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be so much hype for that. Can't wait to get out there and watch that if it happens.
Did you not get the vibe though that he was on that World Half team?
I definitely did.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was stitched up. I thought it was locked in, and that's what we were going to watch. Jimmy rolling a world championships, talking about a singlet.
Yeah, so that did get announced. It was Jack Rayner, Haftu Strintzos, Ed Marks, Liam Buden. So they've all ran quicker than Jimmy?
Well, yeah, they had up until the end of the qualification period. So Liam Buden's half marathon PB is 61.26, set at Marigami.
Is that a PB or is that it within the period?
No, that would be within the period because he set it on the 1st of February this year.
This year, yeah.
Liam. So, but obviously Jimmy's now gone and run faster, but it's after the qualification period. So if Jimmy had this PB, I think at the end of the qualification period, he probably gets the spot ahead of Liam.
So is Jack run faster in this period, in the qualification period?
Not sure. I can have a look.
When was the last time Jack ripped a half like that?
Also, what's the gap between Sydney and this World Half Marathon champs? Because Liam's down for Sydney.
That's actually an interesting one. There's sort of a few whispers out here that the athletes were not exactly forced to pick, but maybe like suggested, hey, you got to pick one of these. It's either Sydney or World Road Running Champs.
Yeah, because Rebecca Lowe's withdrawn. That was who I referenced earlier.
She's withdrawn, and I believe like it was like a presumption, it's a bit tricky because like I don't know the exact wording, but the insinuation was you pick one or the other, but then Liam is doing both.
Because find out the gap for me, can you, Croaks? Because having a 61.19 Jimmy Whelan.
It's 3 weeks, I think. 3 weeks.
Is that better than having a Liam Buden 3 weeks after a marathon?
Yeah, a hilly marathon.
I mean? Yeah.
I don't think it's a great idea to be doing that anyway. That's just my opinion. Like, I think the marathon requires rest. If you're going to recover after that, then you're probably only back maybe doing 1 or 2 sessions between them.
Traveling the other side of the world.
Yeah.
19th and 20th of September, World Road Running Champs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
And back to Jack Rayner. Jack Whelan truly deserved his spot. He broke the national record in February this year.
I told you he did that. What are you talking about?
No, you were
questioning. You're going to be writing this. Aren't you? Isn't it your
How
job to
bad
do
are we
the research
sometimes?
for this?
Well,
Oh,
so
I
many
knew that's
results
what he was
happen.
talking about. I just wasn't sure if it was like Feb or was it December or was it Jan. Yeah.
But I reckon the qualification period would have been pretty much all of last year, I'd say,
Yeah.
and first half of this year.
We should make it known too. Like this is a fully self-funded trip, basically, unless you're in like the top echelon of the sport where you get some partial funding. But like the majority of this crew are going to be paying their way over there. Pretty
Which
rough.
is,
Pretty rough.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see who falls under that world athletics ranking system that gets it a bit funded. Or do they get it all funded? Like Kai Robinson would have to be getting this all funded from World Athletics, wouldn't he? He's in the 5K with Rose Davies, Georgia Griffith, Toby Gillen. The rest of the half marathoners, Lauren Ryan, Ruby Smee, Rebecca Lowe and Dom Vijul. Then the miles, Sarah Billings, Linden Hall, Jude Thomas, the Prince Who Was Promised, and Ollie Hoare. I've got to look into that more, that funding thing.
Yeah.
You'd think Linden would be there as well, wouldn't you, Sarah Billings?
They'd be fairly highly ranked, I reckon.
Ranked, yeah.
Rose would be.
Lauren Ryan, maybe. And she hasn't run many halves.
What other half has she run?
We need someone who knows what they're talking about here to send us through a list. If anyone's out there who can help us, that'd be fantastic. But good luck to all the Australians pulling on the Australian kit. Copenhagen. Sounds like a good city, Copenhagen.
Yeah, it does.
Have they got their normal half marathon there too, Croaks?
Yeah, it is it is open to the public.
But this isn't like the normal Copenhagen half marathon where they let off flares and stuff. Someone dresses up like the Grinch. You seen that before?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the same event.
Is this the one that did Jakob do this one?
Oh, the one where he bailed?
Yeah. He still ran like 63 or something, didn't he?
He stopped
at 10K for a couple of minutes, then got back going.
Lauren's run 68:43 at Houston.
He might get it ranked. Anyway, New York Marathon's field's got to announce Croaks before we move on.
Yeah, so from an Australian perspective, Haftu is running New York as well as James Nipris. Other interesting names, Conor Mance will be getting to the start line hopefully of this marathon. In the women's...
Oh, man, that's insane.
Safan Hassan, Helen O'Beary, and Andreas Almgren has also announced that he will be making his marathon debut in New York. So that'll be good to watch. And I'm interviewing him, just over a week.
Croaks.
Can't wait.
Croaks and Andreas. A couple of heavy
that's
hitters.
one to get nervous for, Croaks.
Nah. Done a bit of prep on the way home. Because I thought it was this Wednesday, but then Zaka told me it's the week after.
Is he good at talking?
Yeah, like based on the podcasts and interviews that I've seen, he speaks well. Smart guy, like an engineer. Loves a spreadsheet, I believe.
Yeah. I've seen his spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Saw it at the pub in Boston. It's detailed. Real detailed. That's the news. Thanks to Precision Fuel and Hydration, chances are you're gearing up for a race yourself, but how dialed in is your race day nutrition? Precision Fuel and Hydration makes it simple. With a free online planner, visit precisionhydration.com and get your numbers today. ASICS Novablast 6 review moose. Got a pair. Nice colourway. Bit of a light pink, peachy.
Creamy one.
Creamy. I'm confused though. ASICS have got me confused, Moose, because the new Super Blast is different than the old Super Blast, which is a bit more softer. Love it for my doubles. Probably 45 minutes max in it. That's got its purpose there. And then I'm rolling a pair of Super Blast 2s that are still my long run shoe. But then I put the Novablast 6 on and go, oh, hang on. Is this the old? This has got Super Blast 2 feels. Have I got that right? Do you reckon that's the direction?
Your internet, all right?
Is it?
Croaks, did you hear him fine then?
Yeah, I heard him fine.
Oh, now I've been getting crackles.
Oh, sorry. Did you hear what I said though?
I'm
not sure. I'm not sure where to place these shoes.
Well, I'll try to get we have to do the same thing. Try to work it out. The Novablast is kind of like a spec down mix of a Mega Blast and a Super Blast in terms of what you'd use it for. I call the Novablast 5 was what we lovingly referred to as the Run Club shoe, because people would come in because others at the Run Club told them that they were going really well. And we like this shoe, and you should get this shoe. So they'll come in, they'll just put the Novablast 5 on, and then away they went. And it came in lots of different colors. But I always found it a bit too soft. I found it a bit too mushy. I don't feel like it gave anything back to me, and I just sank into the shoe, especially through the rear foot. The new shoe, the new Novablast 6, firms up, and it's a lot snappier, and it loses that mushiness. In the forefoot, there's like a little, it's like a spring shape or a little rocker of the same sort of foam that the Mega Blast has. So off the forefoot, it's very bouncy and snappy. It's gone into this, what I've referred to it as a core lord shoe. So it's not a super foamed shoe. It's not a $350 type shoe that you're using every day. Like it's for someone who doesn't need to feel special in their shoe day to day, who wants to put a shoe on, get the mileage done, doesn't want the shoe to offer too much more than what they already putting into the shoe, if that makes sense. Like they don't want to feel like a spring. They don't want to feel like a trampoline. This is a shoe. This is a simple shoe, and it costs $260. So it's a lot less than the Mega Blast at $360. The Super Blast is a lot thicker and higher and softer, better for cruisier days. That's $340. The Mega Blast is probably like a higher performing version of the Nova Blast, but it's $100 less. So this is it.
I get the picture you're trying to paint here, that it's like the poor cousin, but I've done 5 runs in it, and I'm like, no. This is comparing to me like of the Super Blast 1 and 2.
No,
I reckon it's up there.
Why?
Because I put it on and I'm just like, oh yeah, I could do a long run on this easy. I reckon it does have those kind of like special vibe feels about it. Yeah, this is just my opinion, and it might change, but my initial opinion with the Super Blast 3 was, oh, this is too soft and it's gone in a different direction, and that's fine. Whereas I put this one on and go, oh, this is maybe how I get that Super Blast feel without spending $350.
No, I don't think it feels like that, but I do feel like people that run a lot appreciate the firmness of this shoe and the fact that it's not soft and mushy. Yeah. And that's why I'm sort of calling it the Core Lord shoe, because it's
a lot of people do refer to me as a Core Lord, so that makes sense.
Yeah, but it definitely doesn't give me Super Blast vibes. Let's throw it over to Croaks for the tiebreaker.
Croaks hasn't ran in it yet.
No, I ran in it today. Yeah, because it arrived while we were away, and so I ran in it today. But it's hard to review a shoe when the last time you ran in Mulligans, you were actually fairly fit. So I certainly didn't. When I first started running today, I'm like, okay, there's no wow factor here in the shoe compared to what like the Hyper Boost Edge and these sort of things that I've been running in a lot. But what I did notice is it was like a stable cushion shoe that I could just do general miles in, like not feeling amazing, because I've pretty much run probably 800-900 kilometers in that Adidas Hyper Boost Edge, probably because of how poppy and that wow factor that you get, whereas that's not this shoe. But I could easily go and do long runs in it and feel comfortable.
Yeah,
it's hard now because there are these wow factor shoes that make running really fun, and so then when you have a shoe that doesn't have that wow factor but still has a place, you feel like you're talking it down, even though it's still a good shoe.
Yeah, if you're calling those other ones like 8 out of 10s, this is like a 7.8 out of 10. Like it's not far off. That's what I'm thinking.
I felt
it's pretty roomy in it too.
Yeah, so the upper is not I don't love the new upper they're put in there. I find like it doesn't secure my foot as well as maybe I'd like. I feel like my big toe sort of drifts off the medial side of the platform. I also think the back heel collar is like overly built. Like there's just way too much padding through the heel cup of the shoe. I don't think it needed all that. But for me, this is a shoe I would run on dirt roads with, where I don't want a lot of cushion. Like I don't want that extra bounce, or I don't want that that sort of more shock, like the more cushion shock absorption type feel of a shoe, because I'm on dirt. So that's why I'll wear it where I'll wear it. And I did. I've run Reading.
Would you say it feels more like a Vomero Plus than like a Super Blast?
I'd say more like a Vomero.
Yeah.
The Vomero 18.
Yeah, really? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I've got it in that next category up from that. But my opinion may change. I've been really impressed with it early.
Yeah, good. And that's good. Like, if we all feel
I'm grabbing
things.
this before I'm grabbing the Adidas Boost one. Hyper Boost, I reckon.
Well, for what sort of run, though? For a 70-minute jog?
70-minute easy jog.
Yeah.
And I'm probably in that, and that's before I'm grabbing that before the Super Blast 3 too.
Super Blast 3 has grown on me though. Like I didn't run in it for a long time because I thought it was too soft. And when I was big and fat and heavy, like it was too soft. I was just too big for that shoe and I was too sloppy. And now that I'm moving all right, like I'm appreciating the shoe a little more.
Are you in it for longer than like an hour?
If I was on concrete, potentially.
Yeah, okay. I love it for my doubles. Like, I'll leave work and be like, yes, I get to put that on now. Like, it gets me through like an easy 35, 40-minute jog. It is a dream.
Yeah. I feel like I got more stability in the Novablast than I did in that Super Blast 3.
Yeah.
That's probably the one reason why I haven't worn the Super Blast 3 as much as I often would, because of how it feels, is because I'm running on trails and the trails are a bit like uneven to start with, then you got a bit of an unstable shoe. Whereas I wore the Novablast on the trails today and felt really like stable in it.
You also have to consider this pricing. Like brands make shoes at price points, and a $260 shoe is not going to have the same sort of materials that a $360 shoe will. And like if someone like there'll be resistance to $360 shoes. And that's where the Novablast comes in, and they're going to sell way more Novablasts than Mega Blasts because it's just so much more accessible for more people.
Will the the wear over time, will it drop off quicker because it's $100 cheaper?
Potentially, but this shoe will last a lot longer than the Novablast 5.
Okay.
I actually really like the update here. I didn't consider running in the Novablast 5 after one run. I just put it aside. But the Novablast 6, I'm going to run in this shoe. This is going to be a good dirt road shoe for me. Yeah.
Massive thanks to ASICS for sending that one through. Whispers, boys, more of a talking point. Are you seeing this trend of I'm spending far too long on Instagram, but people like doing videos, like making reels being like, here's 5 brands that I'd love to collab with. I'd love to work with. And then they'll mention like these like 5 brands and why they want to collab with them. And then the people in the comments will then tag the brands and like call them out, like almost like hold the brands hostage for not working with, or like someone wants something funded. So they're like, I want to be funded to do this. And then you've got people in the comments are like tagging all these brands saying, come on, Nike, you should be getting involved to support this person. And I feel for the brands because they're sitting there going like, well, if we reply no, we're then in a back and forth here, which we can't win. If we don't reply, we look like we're shit blokes. And it's just like, where are we at with this trend? Are you seeing it? You guys getting it in your algorithm?
Oh, cringy. I get out of it. If I'm skipping that immediately. I don't mind it if it's like a legitimate athlete who's been struggling to get any sort of support. Like if
this isn't that. This is like the Instagram world.
Yeah, I know.
This isn't Seth O'Donnell being like, I've been unsponsored, but I've just ran an Olympic qualifier.
This is a micro influencer going, help me get to 5,000 followers sort of thing. You know, like just look at me, all self-promotion. Like, I'm not sure why a brand would want to work with someone who just seems to just want to promote themselves the whole time.
It's their minion followers as well that are just like, just pest in the comments.
Yeah, I get off it, mate. I've
got to get off it.
Get off it.
Should have done what Croaks done. I need to go to Thailand, turn my phone off for 10 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Detox from social media.
Golf trip.
Needed, I think.
Golf trip
Get
with
to that.
Zaka.
Get to that elephant show.
Yeah.
Get a bath off there. Elephants.
Go get a bath with the elephants.
Get some Air Jordans.
Didn't have my phone when I was doing that.
What do you mean? How do they wash your Croaks? Like with their trunk or something?
No, well, so they're in this mud pit to start with, so you don't get this massive handful of mud and you just go up to them and rub it on their trunk.
Oh, you give them a bath?
On their side, yeah.
I thought they gave you a bath.
No, we were giving them a bath.
Oh, right.
Did you leave a donation at the end? Like, surely you leave a donation for the health and safety of the elephants.
Well, that's the whole idea of this part. It's like a bit of a elephant sanctuary for elephants that haven't been treated that well throughout their life. You know, they've been like carrying, dragging timber through the forest or
Giving tourist baths.
Giving people rides and that sort of thing. So
you just go in and give a massage.
Yeah, we go in and look after them.
Yeah, you got a moose on the loose, Moose? We going core or kook?
Let's go core or kook because this has been fun. I'm enjoying it. So running the same loop every day. Like you're at
core, Lord. Core.
just not changing it ever because why would you?
Nah.
You run to get fit. And it doesn't matter about scenery or what you're listening to or whatever. You just run. You got a good loop, you're running that loop.
What about the days of the week one? Like Thursday loop, Saturday loop, Monday loop?
No, I'm for
Too
that.
many loops.
That's still core lured.
Nah.
You know what it is? It's also autism.
Yeah.
It's
distance runners routine.
But you'll find that there's a lot of core lords out there that are very autistic. That's just the nature of our game.
And I like that.
Yeah, I'm for it.
I'm for it as well.
Yeah, they found their spot. They found their thing. Found their outlet.
And they're good at it.
Yep.
Good at it too. You want the submissions?
Yeah, let's hear them.
Not sure which one we got first here, but they do say their names in the introduction.
Hi, it's Chris over here from Norway. Core Cook. On the group long run, absolutely drop the hammer. Because you feel good. Crush the group. What do you think, guys?
Big core.
Crush the group on the long run when you feel good.
Think about all our core lords from back in the day, the Monas, the Deeks. I know out in the Dandenongs, Kate Smythe used to crush the group when she was feeling good. I'm for this. That's a core lord.
I think it depends who you are because I reckon there would have been some kooks out there trying to drop the likes of Mona, and you're like, who's this kook trying to drop Mona on a long run?
Yeah, but he doesn't let that happen. If you know anything about Mona, he just does not let it happen.
Yeah, but there would be some core lords out there who aren't all about flogging the long runs, and they would just run at their own pace and let them go. Going, look at this kook. Like,
Andy Buchanan, Croaks.
I'll see you race day. Where are you on race day?
Andy Buchanan's going up the hills with 250 marathoners at Bendigo.
Yeah. Came 18th at Gold Coast Half.
See how it goes this week in
Maybe
Sydney.
he needed to drop a few up the long run.
Well, here's the second one. Thank you to Chriso from Norway for sending that one in.
Hey boys, it's Ross for Show Notes Writer. You know who I am. All right. Recording your warm-up, workout, and cool-down in one GPS file instead of 3. Kook or core?
We got to get Ross on. How good is he on the mic? We got Chriso on. His audio was terrible, and Ross is pulling out that good stuff.
It's another core lord behaviour.
I think it's core. I don't do it, but I think it's definitely core.
Nah, core lords don't care about their warm-ups and cool-downs. All they care about is seeing their session data, so they split it.
No, they don't. Because they don't go to the effort of making these 3 different runs. They're just like stopwatch, start watch.
See, I agree with Moose because core lords don't need to go back and analyse their workout. They've just done it. No, they've just done it. It's in the books. Move on. Move on to the next day.
You reckon Deeks didn't care about what he hit Deeks quarters in? Mona Fartlek.
But he would know.
Hill course in Ballarat.
He'll write that shit in his diary. He'll write that in his diary.
But he's on a track. He'd know what he ran for Deeks quarters. Doesn't need to go back and look at.
No, but he'd still split it separately.
Yeah, but he's talking about Strava. And if you're putting 3 files on Strava,
okay.
do you know what you're doing? You're saying,
clogging.
have a look at my workout, everybody. Come and throw kudos at my workout because I've like split it up just so you can see the good stuff here. And then the average pace of the cool down and the warm up isn't going to ruin how it looks aesthetically on Strava. This is all about me. This is also me time.
So like Brady's 10K Core Lord progression run doesn't look as good because it ends up being 20K at 350 kilometer pace, not
I disagree.
10K
I
at
think
320s.
I think the Kooks go, oh my God, he's done 20K at 352 pace.
No.
They do. I'm telling you. The Core Lords go, don't give a shit about your warm up and cool down, not even looking at it. You've uploaded it, no worries. But how'd you go on your monofart? Oh, you got 6.5K. Good work. I reckon the Kooks are looking at, they respect like a 20K or at 350 pace over a 20 minutes at 305 pace. Can we do this one for the poll this week, Zaka? That was Kukul Core, brought to you by Moose each and every week. List of question, Croaks, bring this show home.
Yeah, this episode's list of questions is proudly brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration. Question comes from Liam. Tips to manage the quads/legs early in a hilly marathon so it doesn't come back to bite you later in the race. So, for example, Sydney Marathon, significant net downhill in the first few kilometres. Boston, yeah. How do you deal with that to make sure that your legs aren't cooked later in the race?
Well, it starts in training, and I'm not sure if that's the question, but you can't really address this question without answering it. Like, you've got to prepare for the hills, and you do it through like harder, longer downhill efforts in training, because that eccentric load through the quads, that is so harsh, and that's what beats people up late in the race. And in training, they've spoken about a lot actually on Road to Somewhere, because it's something that Ali and I worked on for Sydney, is doing a lot of these efforts before we get into the main block of training, so it doesn't affect the actual block too much. And Jess talks about it as well. Like Jess Stenson talked about it a lot last year about conditioning the quads for the race, and she hadn't done enough, and look what happened. So yeah, it's in training beforehand, but it's also like going in the gym and building strength through the quads too. So I'll just do how about I do the prep stuff? You guys, race day, how do you run down a hill early in a race to stop quad damage?
Well, I think it's more about having that sweet spot where you don't want to bomb the downhill, because that's going to absolutely cook your legs, but you also don't want to go hard braking because I feel like that also cooks your quads.
Yep.
So you want to have that sort of in between where you're not running too fast, but you're not braking too much either.
That's it. That's what I was going to say too. The middle ground,
which is hard to find.
Yeah, it's like a controlled
especially in the first
fall.
couple of Ks. Like Sydney is a skinny road out at North Sydney to start off with. Like there's not. You would have been, experienced it last year, Moose. I know I was further back from you, and it's like there's a lot of chaos happening, and sometimes you don't have a lot of control over what you do because you almost need to go with the flow of people. Boston was the same. Boston starts like 42K out of town on this little, smaller town road, and people are flying everywhere, and you got to be like, hold your position, don't go down, watch out for people. Like it's very chaotic those first couple of 100 meters.
Increasing your cadence a little bit downhill can also sort of distribute a bit of that heavy load. If you've got these big lopey strides downhill, it's a lot more force, whereas you just increase the cadence, you can take a little bit like that high impact stuff out. I know like it's sort of counterintuitive, run downhill, you're like big open strides, but yeah, I think increasing the cadence, you land a little bit more midfoot. You don't land like outside your center of gravity as much, which is where the quads have to do more work.
You just can't get carried away. Like even once it does settle after that first K, you just got to be thinking like, what do I want to feel like at 35K here? Because like you can make some huge mistakes in that first 5K at Sydney, which are going to cook you. I saw it firsthand last year. Like Centennial Park was a bit of a grave zone.
Yeah.
Like people's races are over. But they would have been feeling $1 million going over the Harbour Bridge. And then you still got to drop down Oxford Street, and then you got the Mrs. Macquarie in and out as well. Like you got to be thinking, hey, how do I want to feel from that point onwards?
I think that the best results are going to come from people whose legs are fresher towards the end, not so much from the heart rate stuff or the keeping your body core temperature down or pacing it like perfectly. I think if you have strong legs on that downhill, you'll be able to really take advantage, because it's like 5K of downhill. And then it's just, you can make up 10 seconds a K on that downhill.
You can fly home too. Like, if other than that one coming back out of Mrs. Macquarie's chair, like you can fly down Oxford Street and then down again and then down like the last 700 meters downhill.
Yeah. You need the legs though.
Yeah, you need the legs. Yeah. Yep. You can find some time though. Great question. Who's that? Liam. Hope he has a good race at Sydney this weekend if that's where he's racing.
Yeah, Coach Liam.
Oh,
He's running Sydney.
Just done Croaks' job for him, Moose. Doesn't need the coaching consult later in the week. We've sorted that out. Thanks to Precision Fuel and Hydration, visit precisionhydration.com and use the code INSIDE26. So that's a new code, started last week, INSIDE26, for 15% off your first order. What's coming up? Sydney Marathon. Give us a name. Who's winning at Croaks?
Perez
Cheptegei, 2:14 lady. Winner of Boston, New York, London.
The world champ?
World champ as well. Olympic medalist. She'll be someone to watch. Simbu, we're going for Simbu. 2:02 guy. Won the world champs in the sprint finish. We're going to do more of this at the Brook show on Friday night.
I'm really interested to see how Gebruet goes.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like if it's a tactical... So I reckon where some of these fast track guys really struggle with their debut marathons is if they're on one of those really like pancake flat courses and they're getting after a particular pace, they're good for an hour, hour and a half, and then the wheels fall off. Whereas I feel like Sydney's a bit more of a tactical race. And so if it's tactical and it's not real quick, I think that's going to play into his hands a little bit.
Yep.
That's his debut.
Aussie men, Andy, Tim Vincent, Liam Buden. We going Andy? The comeback?
Yeah.
Andy's definitely favourite.
Andy's run 2:06. You got to go with Andy.
Yeah, he's 3 minutes ahead of Timmy Vincent, isn't he? Timmy's run 2:09.
2:09.
Yeah, even if Andy's not at 100%, add 2 minutes, he's still a minute quicker than Buden.
I think Andy still has to have a fairly good day. Like, I think if Andy's like off, like he was at Gold Coast, then yeah, Liam and Tim are really good chances of beating him. Yeah,
Liam Buden's been doing like 220k weeks, doing the work.
The interesting thing about Andy is, do you think Andy's going to run to win the Australian race, or is he going to try and set a fantastic time? Because that could spell danger if he goes out ahead of the Australians and he's trying to put it on the line. There's the potential for blow up and to get overrun.
Yeah. As I said, he was excited because he thought Croaks was in the lead vehicle and he was going to be in the lead pack. So he did hint that to me.
The lead pack? You got 2:02 dudes in there.
Yeah, but they're not going to go at 2:02 pace.
Shit.
But then he also has been going with this line of like, this marathon's just to get one back on the board. Like, he doesn't need to come out and run 2:06, 2:07. He just needs to get to a marathon start line, get to a marathon finish line. After what's happened the last year.
You're not in the front pack if you're just trying to get one on the board. That's two different things.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So he's kind of presenting two different trains of thought. And if I was advising him, wouldn't you just say go with the Brett Robinson 2:09 pack and find half a minute in the last 5K and bury the Australian guys, win 30 grand, get one back on the board.
Is that what Brett Robinson's got, 2:09?
Is it 2:09, 2:10?
I've got no idea. I just never heard this before.
Yeah, sorry, I might have just made that up. I just know he's pacing the lead Australian men.
Yeah, so is that at 2? So you've got a time on that or not?
Nah, I don't think I do. Maybe I just dreamt that. Have we heard this?
I haven't
heard
this.
it.
You boys are speaking in riddles. Wow, it's going to
Those
be
guys
around that,
are-
isn't it? It'd be around
well,
210.
Yeah, I don't know. That's basically Liam and Tim's PBs.
What did Haftu run last year?
Do you run 211?
I don't think Andy wants to be going much slower than 210.
No, but I'm saying
Yeah.
but Andy's run 4 minutes faster than Liam and Tim. So for those guys to be going 209 on a course
I wouldn't
that's
have thought so.
fairly
Okay.
hard.
Unless you're just going with, unless that lead pacer is just for Andy.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess we'll find out Saturday, Arvo.
Ali or Caitlin Croaks?
I'll go Ellie. Although Caitlin beat her at Gold Coast, I think experience and this sort of course will suit Ellie.
Yeah, I agree. Gonna be good. Good to watch.
Moose, who you got, Ellie or Caitlin?
I'm going to back Ali for this.
Did Ali run quicker than what Caitlin ran at Melbourne, at Ballarat? They both ran 2:30, didn't they?
I thought Ali ran 2. Yeah, I don't know.
Haftu 2:11.27 last year.
Yep.
If you got a tab open, can you just look up Ali and Caitlin's Melbourne Marathon and Ballarat Marathon? I feel like they're pretty close. Then Caitlin had the shocker at Osaka. Ali's only got fitter since Ballarat, but then Caitlin's in like way better half marathon shape. But we know it's not a half marathon.
2:30.26 for Caitlin.
No, Ali's off that.
Oh, weather was way worse at Ballarat, and it's at altitude.
And 2:30.47 for Ellie.
Ali was also sick on the Gold Coast. Like she was very ill afterwards.
Over or under 228?
I think under. Like, you know, Leanne ran 2:24. You know,
Leanne was
4 minutes. I
she
know
was
she
a
was,
beast.
but 4 minutes is a lot.
Yeah.
And Ellie's not going bad by the sounds of things.
Ali ran 2:27 at New York. That's a hilly race.
It was also 7 years ago, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. Hey, you know something interesting about Sydney? Asterix. Leanne's time, asterisk.
And net downhill.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say she ran 2:20, still no Australian record.
Yeah, but the race pays a bonus for an Australian record.
How are you going to give an Australian record when it's not an Australian record?
Well, if you run quicker than the Australian record, you get a bonus.
Yeah, but you don't get the Australian record.
You don't. Yeah, it's like Boston, same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's not talked about at Sydney, is it? The fact that it's an ineligible course. So, like, if you let's say you run a qualifier at Sydney, is that actually a qualifier? Like, are they taking
That's a good
that?
question.
No, but imagine, given it's a major, if you're running, let's say you break the national record, or you run faster than the national record at Sydney, you're going to be finishing pretty high up in the race, which is going to be a shitload of points.
Yeah, but forget that. Is it a qualifier? Is it eligible to be a qualifier if it's asterisk net downhill?
Well, no, no, it's not. But you could still use it as because it's a world marathon
Yeah,
major.
I get that. There's other ways that it can
Points,
count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
if the qualifier, say, 2:24 and Ali runs 2:23.55?
Then I'd say no. Which is pretty rough, given we know it's not a quick
hard course to run past.
It's very rough, but it's weird that it's not even mentioned.
I think it got mentioned early days.
Yeah, it did.
Did it?
Real early. I remember Croaks complained about it.
Yeah, when it was sort of like,
Won't
Sydney
even
being a
count for
marathon.
qualifiers.
Yeah. But
Yeah, right.
I feel like I don't know how close they are to making it within the legal like net downhill limits, but I feel like the last hill could just be it because you dropped down a lot over the last 300 meters.
Down to the sea level. Yeah.
Yeah.
no, it's not. No, so they need to move the start.
Oh, so
For it
it
to be-
has to be within
yeah.
so many Ks.
Because it finishes down at sea level, so it's how much it drops on average over the whole race.
Yeah.
So if you're starting, I think, is it allowed to drop?
No, but if you
allowed
put
to drop-
if you put the finish at the top of that hill, it's probably okay.
Yeah, but then there's
Because
also
the
rules
difference-
about the start and finish need to be a certain distance
You have to finish at
within
the
each
Opera House, though.
other. And
Yeah, I know.
I'm
But
sure they've thought about this.
yeah.
Zurich Diamond League's also happening. Keely Hodgkinson, Werro, Hunter Bell, Adira, and Femke Bol. Jakob goes again in the 1500. Cam Myers in the 3K, we're thinking. Also, overseas listeners, if you're coming to Sydney for the marathon, we've got a partnership with Sailey. This is the SIM card, which you don't need a SIM card anymore, the eSIM. You use this, Croaks, in Thailand?
Viv was in charge of eSIMs.
Did you use it?
Yep.
Oh, did you do anything for this trip
Not really, no.
other than have the bath with the elephants and buy those like Air Jordans?
I lifted the heavy bags.
Mate, he's got a
Yeah.
stressful life at home. Can't
15% discount, Sailey, for their data plans. I've used it. Croaks uses it. Moose uses it. It's a great deal. Check our show notes, sailey.com/inside running. Get a 15% off deal if you come into Australia. There's your eSIM. What do you got coming up between now? Oh, we're going to Sydney. When do you go to Sydney, Moose?
Friday. Yeah, I'm going
What
straight.
time?
I'll get off the plane straight to Brooks.
Oh, you go late.
Yeah.
What time are you going, Croaks?
We'll get up there just after lunch.
Okay. I'm the earliest. I'm on the 10 a.m. up there at 11:30. Have some
You
time
could
to settle in.
join some activations. Who are you going to
Yeah.
show? You're going to show up with? Who are you going to collab with?
Nah, I'm just doing the collabs that we got locked in.
Do we have to go to the expo to get our bib?
Yeah, it's at Olympic Park, isn't it?
Oh fuck!
What?
I'm in the high performance program. I've got to stick to like rules about how big my logos and stuff are. I got the email from Benny Saint. Like, can't do this, can't do that.
Is it at Olympic Park, really?
The expo's at Olympic Park this year, yeah.
Oh,
How far is that to get to?
it's probably, if you're catching a train from the city, probably 20 to 30 minutes.
Oh, that's nothing, mate.
It's not too bad, I suppose.
Yeah, but it was good last year because it was in the middle of town. That'd be good. Brooks Boat Friday night. Shocks live show Sunday. I might get one of you boys to host this live show on Brooks because Collingwood's playing this wildcard final. So I'm planning to just watch a bit of that while it's going. So just come up with some good material. Throw to me every 20 minutes or so just so I can watch a footy.
Oh, imagine if they lose. That would be the best.
I'll throw someone overboard. Probably you. If you ever come, I want to throw overboard, actually.
You would have the physical power to throw about 2 people overboard.
Mate,
on that
I'm a
boat.
black belt in karate. I look skinny, but I did karate when I was a kid. We see we've got to wear slippers. We're not allowed to wear shoes on the boat. Got to wear
Yeah.
Brooks branded slippers.
It's a yacht.
This is on the yacht. No shoes allowed. It's going to be
right.
fun. Keep an eye out for the audio for that. Saturday morning listeners. There's no audio engineer on board, so I'm just going to get in early and be like, the audio might be a bit sketchy, but we'll do our best to get you good quality stuff. See you, boys. Do it all again next week.
See you Friday.
So, yeah.
See you up there. Bye. Thanks to Precision Fuel and Hydration for sponsoring this episode. Precision Fuel and Hydration is the answer to fuel your next marathon. Their online planner is free and it helps you nail your sodium and carb intake so you don't fade when it matters most. Visit precisionhydration.com and while you're there, place your first order and get 15% off when you use the code INSIDE26.